All right. Devastator squad, good evening.
And I'm here too.
You ready to jazz it up, huh? Welcome in, Devastator squad. Happy Tuesday night. Welcome into another stream where we take a look at this cool new Yu-Gi-Oh format called Genesys. Honestly, I'm really intrigued, dude. We had a lot of fun last night, just kind of like just taking a look at like what this format can entail, and kind of started to loosely construct a Blue Eyes deck. I posted a video about that deck today. Thank you, Synchron, for shouting it out in the chat. Appreciate that. I think it was a pretty good video. Really cool deck, I think, to just kind of get our feet wet in Genesys. Nothing crazy over the top, you know. It's not a broken deck by any means, but it's just fun, you know. I think that's going to be my biggest enjoyment or approach to this format. It's just going to be fun, man. There's just so much you can do. Make sure to smash the like button, though, please, and thank you, chat, as you're tuning in, please, and thank you. It helps us out so much. Cannot always stress enough hitting that like button for us. Tonight I want to continue to just kind of like theory craft and just talk more about the format, and like talk about some other decks or engines or stuff like that you guys think might be worth exploring or super cool. You just mentioned, you know, Shadal is definitely an interesting one to look at. I don't know if any of their cards are hits. Doesn't look, just Shadal Schism. That's it. All the other Shadals are really good, just ready to rock and roll, which is great. So that's cool. Top of my list, dude, is I really want to explore Exo Sisters. I think that deck could have a really good chance in this format. I really truly do. Especially because like 7th Tachyon is not limited at all, or on the list at all. I mean, none of the Exo Sister cards are touched. Shifter is only a 5-pointer, which is crazy to think about, because that's a deck that can utilize 3 shifters no problem. So I don't know. I mean, we'll explore. We'll just keep on cruising over. But honestly, dude, I really enjoyed the Blue Eyes deck I threw together. I want to keep investing some time and energy into that, because I think there's really something there. I actually have a pretty insane like combo that I've came up with that you can just do with literally summoning Kaibaman. Just summon Kaibaman and you can go absolutely bananas. It's really cool. I'll share that with you guys either as a YouTube short, or maybe I'll make like a combo video or something. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Probably a short would probably be the easiest way to disseminate it, huh? Yeah, I'm shocked Shifter's a 5 too. It's actually kind of bonkers, man. When you really think about it, Shifter being a 5-pointer is kind of wild. Card's kind of crazy. We're gonna go back over here on the list here. TJ, what's up, man? How have you been, dude? So good to see you again. Chat, please make sure to smash the like button as you are tuning into the stream. It helps us out so much. Thank you so much for everyone that does hit that like button for us. Let me put all this stuff on here for us. I mean, I guess. Yeah, I guess to an extent. But, you know, there are other decks that can utilize Shifter really well. I saw that the Fluwanderees have hits, which is good. So you can't just be a bird boy out here. Robina's hit, Advent of Adventure, and Magnificent Map. So this is their quick play spell, this is their field spell, and then Robina is, in my opinion, after N-Pen, the best Fluwanderees card in their entire like archetype. So, you know, this is good. This is good. Someone last night was asking about sprites. I think there's a lot of sprite cards that are actually on here. Let me type it in, sprite. That's right, it's with a G. So I think there's just two: Gigantic Sprite and Sprite Starter. Okay, so all the other ones are full power. So yeah, you have you know, Jet and Blue and Carrot and Red and so on that are zeros, which is kind of scary because that's a great engine. You know, the Sprite stuff is really good. I mean, that'd be a nice one to also explore. Is the Sprite cards. Because Ronin Tonin is also on here. Ronin Tonin is here. He is at a 60 though, a big whopping 60 for a 1 Ronin Tonin. What about Swap Frog, dude? The Swap Frog on here? He's gotta be. He's gotta be. Okay, Swap Frog's a 1? Wait. No way. Oh, it's a 33. Okay, it's a 33. Swap Frog's a 33. Okay, so you can't just like a full like frog package. Wonder if the Nimble's on here. Nimble Beaver or Nimble. No, none of the neither the Nimbles, Nimble Beaver or Angler. I mean, it's I guess fine. Every payload card is 0. That is true. Every payload is 0. TJ says working, huh? Working. Can't wait to build old school decks to play in this new format. Yes, that's really a good, also a good sign, right? You can just build old stuff. Just build old stuff for sure. What kind of stuff are you interested in building, dude? Like, what's caught your eye? Build Gladiator Beasts? Dude, I don't even know what all the new Gladiator Beast cards do, if I'll be very honest with you. I don't even know what all the cards do. I don't even know what they do. I really think I want to explore Exo Sisters. Really quick though, we have a deck that was shared by one of our Patreon subscribers, Mr. Good Old Mad Pepsi, with his Exodia deck. I want to like noodle with this real quick and see if we could actually like consistently FTK with this. I'm curious because there's been a lot of Exodia decks that have been popping up. I've seen them on Facebook and Instagram and YouTube today. Like Lithium has one as well. This is obviously when you have cards like Pot of Greed and Graceful Charity at your disposal. I think one of the first things people think about is, oh, how do we do Exodia? How can we make Exodia obliterate? So this is, you know, it's just kind of like a classic take on how Exodia was a long time ago, where you have like the Blue Eyes package, and then you have, you know, like Card of Consonances and Super Rejuves. You have tons of targets for Card of Consonance. This card I added in. Pepsi wasn't playing this card, but you should obviously play this card if you're playing these, like, you know, Turbo Dragon draw decks, because it's just another dragon tuner that you can draw to up your consistency of trade in, or Card of Consonance. So total points allowed is 100. TJ, it's 100. So yeah, let's try this out, dude. I'm very curious to see what if we can actually get the FTK off with this. Of course, good old chicken game to draw a card. This card's not once per turn either, which is crazy. All right, let's see here. Yeah, it's already a brick. Deck's already a brick, dude. Crazy. Yeah, I think he's got too many dragons. I think his targets are a little too excessive, in my opinion. As first glance, I think you need more spells. This is not gonna work. Like, just off first glance, I just don't think this deck is gonna consistently be able to FTK. I really don't. It could definitely happen, but you know what I mean? I just don't think it's gonna be like consistent enough. There's too many monsters. There's way too many monsters in here. We should check like if Into the Void is on the list, because Into the Void is also like super relevant. I would say in this type of stuff. Well, I don't know what that is. It's a card that lets you just, I mean, gosh, Card of Demise you can play in here too. What is the point value? Anyone know what the point value is on Card of Demise? What's the point value on Card of Demise? Anyone know off the top of their head? See, I don't know why Bingo Machine is in here either. Bingo Machine has no purpose. Into the Void is such a better card. Because you just set all your spells and into the void and draw like 3 cards, 2 cards, 4 cards, whatever. Bingo machine I think is useless. Like I'm just gonna tell. There's Pepsi. Yeah, you don't need to play this card, man. I don't think the bingo machine go is necessary. You're gonna run out of targets really fast. In all honesty, I think this should be into the void. Just generic draw cards, just super generic draw cards. The bingo machine is cool, but also not needed. You know, it's not needed. So unless I draw like another like draw spell off of this chicken game here, it's just gonna come down to rejuves in the end phase. Yep, it's rejuves in the end phase to hopefully draw all the remaining Exodia parts. So we have to resolve rejuve. Did we get it? 1, 2, 3, 4. We did. We got it. And we could chain the third rejuve just cuz. So we did get the Exodia on that one. There you go. It actually is going to make me resolve discarding cards. That's funny. Okay, well, we got Exodia. They're all there. Into the Void doesn't work with Super Rejuvenation? Why? Oh, because at the end phase you have to discard your whole hand, right? It's been like 15 years since I've seen this card. Yep, during the end phase, discard your entire hand. Okay, out of curiosity, hear me out. If you... Because these are both in the end phase. You can resolve Super Rejuve first to draw cards. If I draw Exodia, do I have to resolve Into the Void to discard my hand? Chat? Any crazy judgers out there in the chat? Do I have to resolve this crap even if I just draw Exodia off of my Rejuves? Because these are both end phase effects. I can choose as turn player to resolve what I want first. I could resolve Super Rejuve first. Or I could resolve, you know, I should be able to resolve Super Rejuve first to draw all my cards and then Into the Void afterwards. So I should just win with I draw Exodia, right? I don't have to resolve. I guess we could try it, but I don't think Bingo Machine is the way to play. I don't think Bingo Machine is the play though. I don't think we need this card in here, in my honest opinion. Better card than this, dude. Let's see if it's on the list actually, but Sacred Sword of the 7 Stars, and you can play stuff like Serpent Knight Dragon, so you have additional, like, you know, draw power. It'll banish it instead of discarding it, but it does give you draw power. It's another, you know, basically a Pot of Greed. Sacred Sword of the 7 Stars, is it on here? I don't think so. No, it's not on there. Let's take a look real quick at you would win before needing to resolve any other end phase effects. There you go. See, we can just play Into the Void. We just play Into the Void. We'll just win when we draw Exodia, right? What's up, Reed? How you doing today, man? Let's try that. I like it. I like it. Okay, here we go. Let's see if we can go crazy for you, dude. Curious if we can do it. Wow, 2 card of consonances. Right off the cuff. Oh no, we're close to breaking already, man. Oh no. Oh no, we're close to breaking, man. It's a graceful charity or bust, dude. Oh, no, bricked. All right, try again. Guys, make sure to like the stream as you're tuning in, please, and thank you. It helps us out so much. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button. Ah, it's a fast break. Oh no, there needs to be more spells. I think there's way too many monsters, dude. I think there's just too many monsters in here. I think there's just too many. I don't think we need these guys. This is enough targets for 3 card of consonances. Just the stones and the Flamville guards. We need more spells, dude. We just need more spells. We just need more spells. Need way more spell cards. We can't play Royal Magical Library if we want to play Graceful, because Royal Magical Library is a 100 pointer. Yeah. I don't think we need these either, to be honest. Honestly, if you want to be cheeky, dude, hear me out. Just play 3 Blackluster Soldiers. I'm not even kidding. Like, if you go second and it's like your hand, you just absolutely, you probably just can't, like, you can't get the Exodia off. You can just discard all your pieces and then just summon 3 BLSs and attack for game. Just go bam, bam, bam. Yeah, you can do Sky Striker engages. Let's see. I don't think any of the Sky Striker cards are on the list, are they? Probably not. Probably not, because their entire extra deck is banned. Yeah, Engage is not on here. Sky Striker Mobilize Engage is not on there. Okay, so let's you can try that too. Engage. Sky Striker Mobilize Engage is definitely playable. To search out Hornet Droneses just to throw a monster on the board. I don't know. No, we don't want that. What will we search? I guess it doesn't really matter. I guess it doesn't really matter. I guess just like Sky Striker cards to just set. I mean, you could literally just play Ray too. I mean, you could also just play Ray and discard it with Graceful, you know. Could do Area 0 just to kind of like get another card like in I don't know why we're playing the 7th cards. I think we can cut Deep Eyes down as well to 4, just 4 targets for trade-ins, you know. Is Makira eroded? Oh, most likely. They'll use the eroded versions of stuff for sure. For sure. But yeah, Pot of Duality we can put in here. It's not on the list, is it? No, it's not. Good. Yeah, we can play Duality. Should probably play 1. Actually, no, play 3 because like we want to. Actually, no, we don't want to brick on Duality. As good as the card is. We need more Sky Striker, just useless Sky Striker cards. It was just Widow Inkers, man. Let's try this. Let's try this out. I don't want Hornet Jones because I can't do anything with the monster, bro. What am I going to do with the monster? Then if I draw any other engages, I can't activate them. I'll have a monster in my main monster zone. Right? I don't want that. Rejuve. It works with the Graceful in my hand. We can't use Kagari. Kagari's banned, brother. You can't play Link monsters in this format. Also, Dark World Dealings should be in here as well. Dark World Dealings is also a card that I think should be in this deck, Chief. Definitely should be playing Dark World Dealings. Okay, we already have a draw off the end gauge. It's pretty good. I mean, just search like a useless field spell. Draw 1 card. Chicken game is good. I guess the other thing too, the Hornet Drones, I could. Anyway, that's bad. I was gonna say you like pop it with this, but nah. We don't want to do that. We don't want to do that. Into the Void, trade in. Okay. So what do you guys think of the Blue Eyes deck that I put up today on the channel? What do you guys think of the deck? Let me know in the chat. Be honest. You could tell me the deck was absolute ass. Or you could say you could also say the deck was absolutely insane, dude. I love it. Be honest. Are we on the right path with that deck list, or is it just garbage? Be honest. Trade in. That's all I wanted, man. This Rejuve's gonna go hard, man. Into the Void. All right. Draw. Whoop. Hey, we're getting close. We're getting close. Zoop. Ooh, there we go. I think we're out of targets. No, we have one target left for Engage. We have the one more Widowmaker, dude. Hey. Come on. No, the Widowmaker, no. Okay, it's Rejuve on a dream, brother. It's Rejuve on a dream. Set these cards, go to end phase. Okay, let's resolve Rejuve first. Ooh, activate Rejuve. Come on. We just need 2 pieces of Exodia here. Come on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We got it! Yay! We have Exodia, guys. We did it! We won! We won, dude. It's game. Into the void. Oh no! I lose. That's great. No, man, that's funny. That's funny. Cool deck, dude. Shiznaz, welcome in. Pseudo-space. What does pseudo-space do? Let's see. Pseudo. Help if I can spell pseudo, dude. There you go. Okay, it's a field spell. Once per turn, you can banish your field spell card from your graveyard until the end phase. This card's name becomes that card's original name and replaces the effect of the card's original effects. Oh, that's great. Let's take Into the Void out and just play freaking Dark World Dealings, dude. Guys, make sure to smash that like button though as you are tuning in, please and thank you. It helps us out so much. And then, you know, if you really enjoy and having a good time with us, hit that subscribe button, become a part of the Devastator squad. Appreciate you guys a lot. Oof. No feedback on my Blue Eyes deck? Man, I guess the deck's really bad. You guys don't want to hurt my feelings, I guess. I guess my deck just sucks. Holy moly. Should we have an additional target for Engage? I don't know. Dark World Dealings on the list? I didn't even like attempt to think about that. Dark World Dealings is not just Dark World Archives. Sweet. Okay, this hand is very much a brick. Card of Consonance makes it good though. Grass looks greener? It might be. Oh yeah, we're already bricked. Already bricked. Already bricked. Already bricked. Yeah, I think the Sky Striker stuff is monkey, dude. I don't think we should be playing these cards. They're useless. I don't think we should be playing those ones. Magical Mallet would be better for sure. Is that on the list? Just Magical Scientist, my boy. We gotta make a Magical Scientist deck, man. You know? No Upstart? Why no Upstart? It's so nice. Oof, man. Getting rough out here, dude. There's the pseudo space. Yikes. Yeah, we take these Sky Striker cards out. These are ass. These are terrible. Reload over Mallet. We could just play both. What's the point of Magical Mallet? I mean, like, you could also play like crap like Toon Table of Contents. Like, you could play crap like this too, dude, in a Toon World. I mean, this is just like the classic like Exodia filter cards, man. But like, you know what I mean? You could also play this stuff, these Toon World cards, just to filter cards. But again, this stuff is like only really, really good if you have Royal Magical Library on the board, right? Like, that is. We can cut this card out. Blazing, what's up? Welcome in. Toons, Yugi boy. A world of toons. Hey, buddy. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. We're in trouble. We're in trouble. We're in trouble. Your blue eyes like is awesome. Dazu chat just hating. Facts, dude. Facts, man. Thanks for feeding into my ego, Synchron. I appreciate it, dude. Thanks for telling me I made a good deck. Appreciate it, man. I got one real fan out there. Jeez. All right, here we go. Pseudo space again. Ooh, buddy. It's gonna be Toon Table into reloads, I think. It's gonna be Toon Table into reloads, man. Oh no. Oh no. Yeah, we'll set this card. Reload. Oh man, it's rough out here, dude. Oh no, it's not a good solitaire deck. Definitely discard this. Just imagine if you get drolled though, dude, you know? Second you get drolled, oof, it's over. Oh man, that's really bad. How many dragons have we been discard this turn? Not a lot. Not a lot. I would just try an upstart to maybe hit a tuner. Come on, upstart. Oh man, that's GG. All right, it's a whiff. That's a wrap, dog. Oof, yeah, we got cooked. Toons. You do a great Pegasus voice. Maybe you should play tunes. Do it, man. Tune it up. A world of tunes. Do 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 do. A world of tunes. Oh man, tunes for days. It's kind of funny, man. Draw one card. Oh, there's a piece of Exodia there. Oh man. How do you get this Blue Eyes art in real life though? Anyone know how you get this Blue Eyes art? With the one with Kaiba on it? That thing's badass, dude. That's so sick. Kodarin in the house. What's up, dude? Dark will dealings. Execute Order 66. Joop. I mean, it's so much easier when you have Royal Magic or Library on the field. You know, it's just like infinitely more broken. All right, it's graceful or die, dude. Yikes! Oh, that stinks, dude. Discarding a rejuve hurts, man. Ooh, all right, that's bad. Yeah, that's a rip. Yeah, GG. Yeah, these cards just I can't even speak. The statistics for these cards just don't work. Sadly. we've gotten Exodia twice out of like 10 or 20 tries or something. So, I mean, it definitely needs a lot of work for it to be consistent FTK. But still a cool idea, Pepsi. Thanks for sharing this one, man. Really, thanks for sharing that one, dude. Okay, let's clear this out. And the next deck I want to work on is Exo Sisters. I really, truly think that this deck has potential here, dude. I think this deck has a lot of potential in this format. Why are there two versions of Michaela's? Oh, I guess they have different artworks? That's cool. I didn't even know that was a thing. Caspatel, Azofield, Jabreen, Pax, Carpe Divum, Returnia, Valdez. You were sleeping most of yesterday? Oh, because you had a bad headache? I'm sorry, man. I hope your headache's feeling better. Chat, make sure to smash that like button, please, and thank you guys for tuning in. Appreciate it a lot. No problem. Thanks for experimenting. Of course, man. Of course. Of course. So now this is a deck that, like, I think, like I said, has a lot of potential because, like, there's like no cards on this that are on this like ban list thing. This is a deck that can also play 7th Tachyon really, really well. Because you could search all of your cards. Let's see if any of those spirits are on there. Sakitama or Aratama. I would imagine probably not, but I mean, let's just do our due diligence. All right, so Sakitama's not on there, and Aratama is also not on there. Sweet. These cards are awesome, dude. 7th Tachyon we can definitely play. Aratama. There's also the other did the card come out yet in English? I'm just gonna have to go searching for spirits. There's a new spirit monster that maybe it's in Doom and Dimensions. It allows you to do so much like extra comboing with these cards. Let me go here and search category monster spirit level. I actually don't know what level it is. I think it's a low level. It's probably like level 4 or lower. But I don't remember what it's called. It's a brand new card. It's like super new. Yo, Pepsi with the super chat, man. Holy.
I got to see the deck in action. That's awesome. Also, you should never discard the super rejuvenation ever because it's the main way to Exodia THX.
True. First off, get some love in the chat here for Pepsi with the $5 super. Thank you so much, brother. And yeah, we shouldn't be discarding those super rejuves. You're right. You're right, man. Thank you so much, dude. Thank you so much. Absolutely banging, man. Appreciate that. Thank you. Guys, we are pushing for our next channel member goal of 30 channel members. We currently have 22. So thank you guys so much. Good old Trevor G joined last night and got his signed Kaiba Man card as his thank you for joining the channel members. A big shout out to Trevor G for becoming a Kaiba Man last night, being number 22. Once I get to 30, we get another emote slot unlocked for you guys to use on these live streams and also in the comments when you comment on my videos. So very, very excited for that. Patrick, welcome in. Good to see you. It's important, dude. Ichiki. Okay, let's read this one. Yeah, that's it right there. Ichiki Sayori Hime. This card's really cool. Once per turn during the end phase, okay, that's the thing. You can only use each of the following effects of Ichiki Sayori Hime once per turn, or Hime. If you control a monster with 800 attack or defense, add this card, and this card is in your hand immediately after this effect resolves. You can normal summon this card. So that's this guy. Oh, it's like really good. Also, all of the Exo Sister cards have 800 defense. So this card works with all of the Exo Sisters, which is crazy. If this card is normal summon, you can add a level 4 lighter dark monster with 800 attack and defense from your deck to your hand except Ichiki, Siora, Hime. So you could search all of these cards and you could search every single one of these Exo Sisters, bro. Like, it's pretty cool, man. It's pretty cool. I like this. Definitely want to play this. Okay, which is the one that gives you the additional normal summon? This is the one that searches, right? Yeah, it's the one that searches the spirit monster. So we definitely want to play this at 3 so we can search her. Yeah. Do we need Sakatama? Actually, yes, we do. Because we'll get 2 additional normal summons. We get additional normal summon with her and then an additional normal summon with Sakitama. I think we can just play 2 Sakitamas though. 2 Sakitamas and what do you think? 2 Ishikis? 2 Ichikis? Trax, welcome in. I'll ask you, can you make Tenpai Dragon in a different way? Tenpai Dragon is going to be really hard to do in this form, in the Genesis format, because like every Tenpai card is on the list except I think Fadra and Pydra, but all their other like main deck cards are on the list and they're really high point values too. I don't know how Tenpai is going to be able to be played. I think it's going to be very, very difficult. ASDF, welcome in. Yeah, I think Exo Sister has a lot of potential in this format. Trax, thank you so much for subscribing, becoming part of the Devastator Squad. You rock. Trax, you rock. Thank you so much, my friend. Welcome aboard. Welcome aboard. Yeah, a cool thing about this deck is, like I said, none of these cards are on the points list, either in the extra deck either. So we have like free reign with non-engine cards. Like we could play Dominus Purge, no problem. We could play 3 shifters, no problem, right? Yeah, exactly. You can play 3 shifters because it's only 5 points, man. It's actually legitimately infuriating that they made D-Shifter only 5 points, man. Like, what are they thinking? Look at this. That's crazy. I think they're trolling, dude. They're trolling. It's pretty bananas. So yeah, I mean, Shifter is like one of my least favorite cards ever made, but you know, we might as well play it, right? You might as well. If you can't beat them, join them, right? I mean, I used to play this card when I played Exo Sisters. When I got back into Yu-Gi-Oh last year, Exo Sisters was one of the first decks I actually put together. Exo Sisters and Sky Strikers were the decks I put together on the channel when we first started playing last year. And I'm excited to revisit Exo Sisters again, especially with this new format, because they'll be, honestly, they should rock. They should absolutely rock and roll in this format, like really good. It's such a good engine. Like, these cards are so good. I love this deck. I just think it's such a well-designed like deck. They did such a good job. Could we use Soul Charge? Absolutely, we could. But let's take a look and see where Soul Charge is on our points. Soul Charge is out of 50. So if our points, if we can keep our points relatively low, we could Soul Charge for sure. I definitely think we could. The only Adamantipated card that has a point is Dragite. Yo, you're right for Adamantipator's. Block Dragon also has points. Has a points assigned to it. Block Dragon is a 40. So you know, you could. I mean, you only need 1 Block Dragon, right? I mean, I didn't play Adamantipator's. I wasn't playing Yu-Gi-Oh during the COVID era when Adamantipator was like crazy. Did you play more than 1 Block Dragon in the deck, or is it just 1 is enough? Yeah, you just only have to play 1 of them. While we have this on the docket, Soul Charge, we'll put this over here for sure. I mean, I think that's a great option. Soul Charge is great. It's a good card. It's a very, 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 very good card. Yeah, we built Blue Eyes yesterday on stream. Blue Eyes is my favorite deck of modern Yu-Gi-Oh. I'm a big Blue Eyes fan. I mean, for those that are new here, like Blue Eyes is my thing. That's what I got back into Yu-Gi-Oh this year playing, was like really hardcore was Blue Eyes. And I have my own Kaiba jacket and I vibe with Blue Eyes. I put a deck profile up of that deck that we built last night on the channel. So after the stream, you guys are welcome to go check out that video and let me know what you think of the deck. It's a little different than what we built last night because I did get to play around with it a little bit afterwards off stream and changed up some of the cards a bit. But it's really, really cool. We were able to make some nasty fields, dude. Actually was making some really cool combos today with just normal, when you just summon Kaiba Man, and then you can just go absolutely nuts with just a summoning of a Kaiba Man. It's pretty cool. Pretty cool. Are Geminis finally going to be good in this format? What Geminis would you do? Would you just like assault modes? Would you do the assault mode deck? The assault mode, trying to think what all the other Geminis were. I mean, Geminis were really cool, but I don't remember them ever like having too much staying power. Back in the day, it was just like a couple Gemini monsters that were played, like Crusader of Endymion, with like the early hero beat decks of like 2009 and 10. I mean, I obviously Ill Blood for zombie players like myself. Ill Blood was absolutely cracked. Neosalius, but you never Gemini summoned Neosalius. He was just a 1900 level 4 monster. That was really good. Same with Crusader of Endymion. They were just 1900 beaters, man. It was crazy good. It was very relevant versus Black Wings because you would attack over all their monsters but Soroka. They'd have to collude you. And it was just like, great. You'd want them to waste colutes on your little dudes you normal summon so your miracle fusions go hard. You know? It was a cool deck, man. It was really, really cool. Trying to think what other, I mean, Gigaplant is a really, really good one for Geminis. All the assault mode cards are pretty nasty. I know there's more of them. What's the Seeker? Isn't she a Gemini? She also came out in Tactical Evolution when the Geminis came out. Maybe Seeker wasn't her name. Oracle, is it Seer? Seer? Crystal Seer. No, this wasn't a Gemini. This wasn't a Gemini card. No. It was just in the same set. I remember this card was like had some hype for it when it came out, but people didn't really care for it after the fact. Do any Sims? Joseph, good to see you again. Welcome in, my friend. Do any Sims have support to play Genesis online? As far as I know, no, not yet. Not yet. But I would imagine these things will have them built in pretty relatively quickly in some fashion once they code it all together. Really, they just need to code in an additional format that you can type in and then just have like the point pool associated to it. It shouldn't be that difficult to do. It's just a lot of work, you know, because someone has to go in and like code values for 500 different cards. You know, it's a lot of work, but I'm sure people are already working on it, man. ASD says, if you have the points, you can add the good hand traps. Yeah, we'll be able to. We should play. We could be able to play everything here. Let's just put out all the good hand traps over here on our side real quick. The ones that are good with D shifter. So like Ash, Ghost Bell. What's it called? Dominus Purge is pretty good in Exorcisters because it doesn't conflict with anything other than Aratama, and I guess technically D-Shifter, but you're gonna drop D-Shifter immediately, right? You don't care. You're gonna just D-Shifter first, and then you'll Purge after the fact. So Purge really only affects your Aratama normal summon to get the search for your spirit cards. But Dominus Purge is, if we can find the room to just have them in there, it's worth playing. It's just a stupid card. And in a format, this is another thing too. I just want to like quick aside, because I know a lot of people are going to try and prioritize playing a bunch of hand traps, but not be successful. Like if you look at my Blue Eyes list, you know, later, there's like hardly any hand traps in there because there's no real way to play a bunch of hand traps, right? There's not a lot of room to play it if you have like cards in your deck that you need to play one or two of for your engine that are like 10, 20, 30 points, right? So you're not really going to have the room for a lot of hand traps. So that's why I think like decks like this that don't have a lot of points or even any points associated to their engine in any way, shape, or form will probably be really powerful because you can access a lot of non-engine cards. Like we can play Thrust in this deck, you know, no problem. It's like we'll have so much room to play around with our stuff. But the point I was trying to make though is just like in a format where like a lot of the decks are going to be very versatile, and I'm sure adding cards is going to be very, very, you know, powerful, and a mainstay of like most strategies, a card like Dominus Purge would just be universally cracked, like absolutely cracked, you know, if you could play it. Absolutely cracked. It's crazy to me that this card is only 10. And then Dominus Impulse is what, like 30 or 40 or some crap? What's Impulse was way higher. Way higher. Way higher. Yeah, Impulse is 30, dude. Purge is a 10. Like, that's crazy big difference, you know? Crazy big difference. What other hand traps can we play in this deck effectively? I mean, this is going to be, I mean, Imperm, sure. Imperm is another one. Not even all the ban cards on the list. Yeah, that's true. There are ban cards that aren't even on there, or they're like really low values. They're like 1 point, you know? If you got zombie or punk players can play Chaos Ruler. Yes, you can. Chaos Ruler is on there. Let's see what his point value is. Chaos Ruler is a 50, so it's pretty steep, pretty high. Punk is going to be a tough one to play this because Punk also has cards on here. Not specifically the Punks, but the sidekick cards themselves are hit. Like E-Telly, Emergency Teleport, for example, is a 40. E-Telly is a 40. That's a huge cost. E-Telly is a very important card for Punk. Very important card. Or just for any sidekick strategy, really. E-Telly is very good, you know, so it's, you know, it's a not a once per turn free monster, you know, so it's nice. It's kind of wild. I know Galactic, I don't know if you're still here in the chat, Galactic has been playing around making a Punk list. I know one of my mods, Captain Trips, also wants to try and build a Psychic Punk deck in this format. He's a huge Psychic fan. So, I mean, power to it. I think there's definitely, absolutely a lot going for it. I really, really do. Yugioh Deck Pro already has all the values coded in. Okay, perfect. Perfect. Toon Cannon Soldiers are on the list. Neither is Normal Cannon Soldier. Just Catapult Turtle was. But to be honest, you don't need to put those cards on there because the reason those cards were there is because of Link monsters and also certain cards that are at multiples that you need for an FTK strategy. And all those cards are either not legal to play because they're Links, or they are at a 100 value on there. They did a very good job. Like the list, I think is, I went through the whole list earlier today on my own, just card for card, picking out all the degenerate nonsense from like FTKs and crap like that. They cooked it, man. Like they really nailed it really well of hitting all the stupid floodgate cards and also hitting so many of the like really good FTK cards. So where stuff like Cannon Soldier, it doesn't need to be assigned a point value because it's you're not going to FTK with it, right? Of course, maybe there's a way for someone to still do it, but all the ways I know of FTKing with that card require you to do a lot of like stuff with token spamming and Link monsters. You know, like Firewall Dragon specifically was a huge facilitator for a lot of those FTKs back in the day, especially the pre-eroded version of Firewall. That card was stupidly broken. Most powerful Link ever made, man. Holy macaroni. Barone is on it. Yes, Barone I think is 85. The Barone is I think 85. He's really high up there. So not really feasible to play Barone the Fleur in your deck. Banana Squad, welcome. I'm so happy my Gimmick Puppets didn't get hit too hard. I don't know anything about the Gimmick Puppet deck, but what on there was hit? Because don't they have Link monsters in the Gimmick Puppet strategy? I feel like they mixed up Perulia and Fuvalas points. One of them's 10 and the other one's like 7, right? And then the other one's 5. The Molcharmies are like, I think it's 5, 7, and 10. Yeah, Perulia's 10. Fuvalas 7. Meow's is 5, yeah. I mean, honestly, dude, I don't think these cards are going to be even good in this format. That's just my first impression. I don't think the Molcharmies will even be relevant. Because there's going to be so many, like, very, very different decks to play. I think these point values are actually fair. I mean, I think this is probably the best in a generic format where you have absolutely no idea what's going to be played on the other side of the table. I think Perulia is probably the better one because a lot of decks will summon multiple times from the hand, right? Whereas not all the decks are going to want to use the extra deck or the main deck to special summon a lot. Some do, of course. These cards will still be useful. But I don't think they're not going to be as powerful as they are in like the normal TCG. Nowhere close, you know, nowhere close. Max C, on the other hand, is absolutely crippling, which is why the card is a 50. So I mean, you can't even play a playset of Max C if you wanted to, right? But I think the Molcharmies are actually at decent values in my honest opinion. Yeah, DD Crow is great. I put 3 in my Blue Eyes list. I put 3 in the Blue Eyes list. I think 3 might be excessive, but I just to try it out. 2 might be the call. But yeah, DD Crow I think is going to be really good in this format because it's not once per turn. It banishes spells, traps, and monsters, which is really, really good. And it's a 0-point hand trap, which is really nice. So it's like a card that everyone can play. Same with Skullmeister. Yes, Skullmeister's another one. You know, it's a it's like a watered down hand trap with some of the Ghost Sisters, but it still gets the job done. It's a 0-point hand trap. So that's also kind of the point here of allowing other cards to kind of like shine and take the, oh, hold up. Does Phantasme have points values attached to it? Fantastical Dragon D's nuts. He doesn't. Phantasme is a 0. But you know what? The card's useless because you'll never link summon. I literally the second I was like looking for Phantasme, I just wrote, you'll never even summon this card.
I see. I had no idea.
Yo, Pepsi with another $2 super chat. Holy smokes, dude.
Can I send you another list?
Sure, send me another list. Go for it. Oh, the mansion is a 100? That's crazy. But that's their best card though, right? The mansion is the best card for the gimmick puppets from my understanding. I played against the deck like 2 times on Master Duel and that's it. And they never got through their combo because I drolled them, which I felt like an asshole, but I'm sure if there was a chat feature in the game, they would have told me to go jump out the window, dude. But it is what it is. You know, Droll's a good card. We could play Droll in this deck too, but I don't think we need to because I think we just prioritize Shifters. But I don't think we'll probably even need to play Crow in this. You know? We would need to play Crow because Crow has to be discarded to the graveyard anyways. Madolche. I don't know if any other cards are here. Let's look. Madolches. There's no Madolche cards there. Because all the Madolches, from my remembrance, start with the word Madolche, like Madolche Messengelato, Madolche Meowfile, Madolche Ticket, Chateau, Tiramisu, etc., Angeli. They start with that. So no, they're all available there. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure you can do something really cool. That's a good deck. Like Madolches is a very good deck. Like it's a good deck in the actual normal TCG. It's a scary deck. It's a very, very powerful combo deck that if you don't know how to interact with it, it will actually it'll cook you. It will cook you. Very, very, very real. But we've got 30 cards here, and then currently we only have a 15. Now I want to go in here and go to some rank 4 exceeds, dude. Just kind of see what we want to play for a rank 4 exceed monsters. In addition to, gosh, is this card? See, we don't need to play the Masquerade because we have these girls can just search all this stuff, right? With 7th Tachyon. Reveal. Oh, it has to be a number monster. Never mind. We do have to play this idiot. Right? To search all of our girls. Yeah, we do have to play this guy. 104 Masquerade. Let's see if that one's on the list. No. Cool. Alright, back to the deck. Let's see here. Excite Tonight is a great card to play in this, if we can find them. Perception, welcome in. You can do F-Zero, like Utopic Future? Absolutely. I don't think it's on this list. Just Utopic Zexal is. Just Utopic Zexal is. Oh, he's at 100. That card must be broken. Yeah, we could probably play F-Zero. I don't think it's going to be on the list. So many rank 4 exceeds. Holy smokes, dude. Woof. I'll just type it in. Excite on night. There we go. Definitely playing this card. Okay, so let's get rid of this. F0. Is this the one you're talking about? Utopic Future? Or you kind of rush it, but I think it fits the parameters. Which F0? Is this the upgrade? Or is this the upgrade? Isn't this card in Duelist Advanced? I swear I've seen that card recently from Duelist Advanced. Utopic Zexal. S0. This is F0. Okay, it's a completely different card. Completely different card. Numeron Dragon is only 1 point, but I think some of the other cards in the Numeron strategy are assigned points as well. So I don't think you can do the whole, like, you know, FTK strategy with Numeron. You know, the Master Duel Special, dude. The Master Duel Special. You need to build a Utopia deck someday? It seems fun. Did you post the deck already? Oh, you did. You're fast. Oh, it's Dracotail Dragon Maids. Ooh, look at you, man. Yeah, they don't have do any of the Dragon Maids have hits? I know the Dracotails have a couple. It's like Arthalon, Phimena, and Mululu, I believe, are all hit. Baguska is hit. So's Dweller. Dweller's my favorite. One of my favorite Exceeds ever made. I'm sorry for anyone that doesn't like me anymore because I said that, but I love Dweller. That card's... This card and I go way back, dude. This card and I go way back, man. Woof. All right, Baguska, where you at, bro? Baguska. We could actually play Shockmaster in this deck too. Yeah, Baguska is a 100. Oh, because it's a floodgate. Yeah, I mean, it makes sense, dude. It makes sense. Baguska's a 100, brother. Yeah, I ain't playing Baguska in my deck, that's for sure. Dweller's also 100, you know. Just crazy. Just you and Tiding for the Dragon Mates. You misread the line. No worries. No worries. Yeah, I'm trying to like think what other like rank 4 Exceeds we could play in here. I mean, we could play Ouroboros. I don't know if that's going to be on there. Let's see. Evil Swarm. No, it's not. Ouroboros does not have a thing assigned to it. Interesting.
Percept1 on welcome to the Devastator Squad.
Yo, Perception, thank you so much for subscribing and becoming a part of the Devastator Squad. You rock, my friend. Welcome aboard. Big thank you to you. Thank you so much. Sumo King Dog, what is this? Oh, it looks like my dog has like a has like a wooden doll. To level 4 beast types, when an opponent's trap card is activated, you can detach an Exceed material from this card and negate the activation, and if you do, destroy it. Man, imagine having that against like Paleozoic or Labyrinth, man. That'd be great. That'd be great. Do I just play like more copies of Magnifica and Caspatel and stuff? I'm like, why not? Like, what other cards? I guess we could play like a Utopia package, you know, Utopia into like Utopia Ray into Lightning, you know, like the good old days. That is. Bazoo has an Exceed monster? No way! Any Exceed material detached from a monster is banished instead of being sent to the graveyard? Bro, what? Once per chain, if a monster card is sent to the grave, you can detach a material from this card. If the last material is detached from this card, you can target up to 3 cards in the graveyard and attach them to this card as material. Bro, this card's crazy. That's funny, man. In an Exceed-only format, this card would slap. Bazoo. I love Bazoo, the old school, you know, dude from the monkey from Labyrinth and Nightmare, you know, back when we were little kids. Bazoo the Soul Eater. Him and Kaiku. Some classics, man. Absolute classics. This card's pretty decent. Karen Gorgon. It's a pretty decent card. So is this one. Full Armor Utopic Ray Lancer. This card is also not half bad. Not half bad. Yeah, we can play D-Shifter at 3. With the Light and Darkness Dragon, I think it might be cooked, but I don't know. Okay, yeah, because some of those are hit, right? Anybody have any suggestions on some other like rank 4s that we could play in this deck? Because when I play, I played this in the TCG. At this point, I just play the rest of the cards I played in the extra were Link monsters. I played like a Link 1, which was like Amirage, and then like SP Little Knight and what was her name? The little spellcaster girls, the Link 1, and then the Link 3. Celine, whatever her name is. It just gives you, it's a free access code talker with this deck. If you don't use Martha, if you use any of, like, just use the other girls with like the spirits, it's literally just it's a free access code talker. Shockmaster is legal, but he's a 100 pointer. Shockmaster is definitely there. Good old Numa Zixane Shockmaster for 100 points, man. Redoer. Time Thief Redoer. Yo. Forgot about that guy. Where's he at? I feel like I just seen him. Yeah, just easier to just type him in, dude. Time Thief Redoer. Once per turn during the standby phase, you can attach a top card of your opponent's deck to this card's material. Quick effect. You can detach up to 3 different types of materials from this card, and then apply the following effects depending on what was attached. Monster, banish this card until the end phase. Spell, draw 1 card. Trap, place 1 face of card your opponent controls to the top, on the top of the deck. Yeah. It's pretty good. That's a pretty cool card. Eclipse Twins. Yo, I forgot about Eclipse Twins too. I always think about that card with Ryziel. I mean, we'll throw this down for a second. You're right. You're right. Twins is here. For this card's Exceed Zone, you can treat rank 4 monsters you control as level 4 monsters from material. Nice. You can attach one material from this card. This card can make up to 2 attacks on monsters. If this card is sent to the graveyard, you can target 2 of the rank 4s. Yeah, special summon 1 and the other one goes attached. Just good old stuff with, X Ryziel and and detonators, it's crazy stuff. Is Dugaris a rank 4? Yeah, Dugaris is a rank 4. The one that lets you draw 2 cards or make a monster like attack twice or special summon a monster, but then you have to skip either your draw phase or your main phase or your battle phase on the next turn. Yeah, that is just a generic rank 4 monster. Very, very good. That was my when I played Ryziel in the TCG, this was my favorite card in my extra deck, was Dugaris. It wasn't Detonator. It was literally I cannot tell you how many games I won strictly on Dugaris, dude. This card was ridiculous, man. Ridiculous. Yeah, we can't play Baguska or Dweller because they are 100s. I mean, technically we could. We could replace this with DD Crow. We could replace these with DD Crow, and then we just don't play any of these like good non-engine cards. We just become the evil that we were sworn to destroy, right? We literally just become Anakin Skywalker out here, and we just become, Floodgators. We become the evil Floodgator Dweller player, right? Or Baguska player. What would we do? What would we do with? Zeus. Is Zeus on the list? Surely Zeus is on this list. Surely it's on here, bro. What's his name? Sky something Zeus. What's his name? He's got to be on this list. There's no way you can just like Divine. Where is it? D. There. Divine Arsenal Zeus is a 20. Whoa, he's a 20. Holy moly. Okay. Man, my poor Dino Wrestler Pankratops is a 10. Yeah. Come on, man. Come on, man. He's just the Dino DNA boy. How much is Typhon? Oh, let's see. Super Star Slayer Typhon. Typhon Sky Crisis is a 10. It's a 10. Yo, Starving Venom is a 1, bro. that's cool. So yeah, Typhon is a 10 and Zeus is a 20. Why is Zeus a 20 and Typhon a 10? I guess to like not allow you to just like have a Zeus that can just have multiple Zeuses, I guess, to just sit there and just like wipe the boards and then make another one again. I really don't know. I really don't. I couldn't tell you. They could just honestly be the same points. They're equally good in their own right, in their own situation. Yeah, I have Valor still in my Blue Eyes deck, obviously. How many points are we at right now? 15. Right now, currently with just the main deck, 15. Just the shifters, that's it. Everything else is zeros. And then I'm just putting other cards down here that we can, if we want to put them in as like 1, 2, or 3 copies, we can. Like with this, that's what I'm saying. This deck will be really, really like strong because it has none of its deck, none of its main deck outside of shifter. But for the Exosisters and the Spirits, none of your main or extra has hits. They're all 0 pointers, and these cards are all really good. You know, they're just really, really nasty cards. Like Magnifica with like Returning of Vadi should just be an FTK, right? I mean, it's how it was in the TCG. Like, I played this deck last year, like I said, when I got back into the game, and I had a 100% win rate against Snake Eyes, full powered Snake Eyes. Every time, beat them every time, and it wasn't because of shifters. Obviously, if I did shifter them, they would just scoot, but. You know, most of the games I was winning was just because I was like baiting them into allowing me to thrust. That's another card we can actually play here for sure. Thrust. Good old thruster. It's not too expensive, I think. Talents is like 85 or 90. It's crazy high, but thrust I think is pretty low. But yeah, just like baiting him into thrusting so you can have if you have Magnifica and Returning of Adis, like Snake Eyes just law. They just lose. They just literally lose. You're banishing 4 freaking cards, bro. Like, come on. Like, no chance. And then I had Carpe Diem as well, so I would like call whatever card. If they like Bonfired, I would just like quick exceed out, and then on resolution Carpe Diem, I would call Snake Eyes Ash or Snake Eyes Poplar, or if they wanted, I would call Diabell Star. So like those cards can't even be played. You can't activate them, right? So you just sit there with like dead cards. It's great. I mean, this is a really good card. I mean, a lot of people that was like playing Exosisters or like showcasing Exosisters before was like, I weren't playing this card. I'm so confused. Like, this card is really good. During either player's turn, when you exceed summon an Exosister, you can call any card name and it can't be activated. It's literally a prohibition every turn. So if you want a full combo off, you can call Nibiru and just like, they can't nib you and you just go crazy, right? It's like, this card is nuts. It's nuts. It also has other effects because you can negate activated, obviously negate the activated effects, but you can also, when you your Exosisters are battling, you can target a spell or trap and destroy it. I mean, that's really, really good. And then they also cannot target your Exosister monsters with effects from cards that come from the graveyard, which is also pretty cool. It's not the most relevant effect. Really, it's the stunning one, but like being able to also destroy spells and traps with this is kind of cool. This is a good card. This is a cool card. Okay, let's check out Thrust. Where is this on the list? Triple D's nuts. Okay, Thrust is a 13. It's very low. Talents is a 93, which is just bananas to me. I don't know why 93, but it is what it is. Thrust, though, being a 13 is crazy. That's excuse me. A little burp there. My apologies. This card is only a 13. That's really low. It's really low. Let me bring up a calculator real quick as well, so we just have a calculator to go here. So 100, we have just 15 right now. So we still have 85 points to work with, chat. That's wild. Lava Golem and Sphere Mode are going to be good board breakers. Same with Dark. Yeah, Dark Ruler no more is a 0. Sphere Mode, Lava Golem, and I think Kurikara are also all 0s. I think they're all 0s. Yeah, I don't really think there's anything else we need to play in the main deck in terms of like this, like the Exosisters and like the Spirit Engine. I think this is great. I think this is really good. How much is Imperm? It's 15, right? Oh, Veiler. I don't want to play Veiler with the shifters though. We don't want to play Veiler with the shifters. Imperm I think was 15. Same with Ash Blossom. I think they're both 15s. Yeah, Imperm is a 15. Oh man, I don't know. That's the thing. It's just like, do you guys think like Thrust will even be like powerful enough? Like, you think people are actually gonna play enough like hand traps and stuff? I don't know. You beg to wonder, right? You do beg to wonder if Thrust will be really, really good or not. I think we definitely go. We go in with the Imperms. I think we go in with the Imperms for sure. We go in with the Ash Blossoms. See where we're at on that. Obviously, we can't play 3 of each. We'll just kind of see where we're at here. So that's going to be 15, 30, 45. So we're 5 over if we just do this. So we can go like minus an Imp. I think Imperm is probably just better than Ash. What do you guys think? Do you think Ash will be better than Imperm or Imperm better than Ash? Or we just don't even play Ash. We just play Dominus Purges because it's cheaper. It's only a 10. We just play Purge, bro. Like, come on. And that should be 100. That should be 100. Right there. That should be 100. Because Purge was only a 10. So we got 100. So minus 15. Minus 45. Minus 30. We have 10 left, guys. We have 10 left. We have 10 left. So I could play like 2 Go spells if I wanted to, because she's only a 5. I could play 2 Go spells. Oh, Dimension Fusion would be nasty. That card's crazy expensive though on the points for obvious reason. Let's see, Dimension Fusion is a 45. That's really high. It's really, really high. Play 1 Nib. I don't want to play Nib. Nib's not good in this deck because you can't use Martha's effect if you have Nibiru. Martha is the god card. For those who've never played Exo Sisters, Martha is literally a custom card. It's literally a custom card. But you can't have the Nibiru when you use her effect. You have to control no monsters or only exceeds. Then you special summon her, and then you also special summon the Ellis out of your deck at the same time. And then you're cooking. And you're cooking. But you can't use her if you have Nibiru on the board. So I never liked playing Nib in this deck. I never wanted to play anything that would like conflict with Martha. There actually was a time in the TCG where I played like a Ryziel Exo Sister package. I just cut out Martha and just played like X Ryziels and Sword Ryziels and stuff. So just like kind of combo off, because these are all generic. They're generic. So you can just use the Ryziels to make all this crap. So you can end on like, you know, Magnifica with like the trap card set plus Detonator and the Ryziel Cross. Like it was pretty nasty, but it was like it was very inconsistent at the end of the day, because like the Ryziel cards, you know, weren't anywhere remotely near as effective because you couldn't search them as easily as the Exo Sister stuff. But they were good. I mean, they were really, really powerful, but I just like felt like the Exo Sister cards were more powerful together. Dark Hole. Dark Hole's is it a 5? Raigeki I think is a 7, right? Raigeki's a 7. Yeah, Dark Hole is a Dark Hole's a 3. Dark Hole's a 3. Dark Hole is only a 3. Rev Pointo, welcome in. Good to see you. How's it going? Guys, if you haven't already smashed that like button, please smash that like button for us. It helps us out so much on the streams, and also just like on the videos and everything like that. Please and thank you. Hitting that like button is a huge help. So thank you so much for everybody that is able to do that for us. Dark Hole. It's only a 3. Cut Dominus to play as Zeus. Hold up. I want to real quick look at Utopia. The Lightning. Because you can just summon this on top of Utopia monster, right? Yeah. If this card battles, your opponent cannot activate cards or effects in the damage step once per chain during damage calculation. If this card battles opponent's monster, while this card has 5. If this card goes to 5,000, right? You can attach 2 materials from this card. This card's attack becomes 5,000. Yeah, okay, yeah. Legit, we can play this, dude. We can play Utopia and Utopia the Lightning. Just play Utopia and Utopia the Lightning as a win condition, you know, instead of like the access, because like I was winning a lot with access code talkers with Exo Sisters before. This can be a win condition for sure. For sure. Like, dude, you have like Magnifica and Utopia Lightning is just game. It's GG, bro. That's game. It's easy. Easy. It's going good. Seeing what people are cooking for the new format. Heck yeah, I'm really excited and invested in this format. Like I low key kind of want to like put a pause on the normal TCG for a little while and just cover Genesis, dude, for like the foreseeable future. I haven't decided if I'm actually going to do that, but let me know what you guys think. Would you guys be interested in that? Because a lot of our audience, you guys like really vibe on like my like my TCG content on Blue Eyes, Salamangrates, and a couple other stuff. But I'm really interested in this Genesis stuff. I think this has a lot of potential, and I really like not having to worry about link monsters. I'll be very honest. That's pretty nice. It's pretty nice. But yeah, definitely let me know in the chat if if you have more interest in this than the actual TCG. I'd be more than happy to facilitate doing more of this than the normal TCG itself. But yeah, just a quick little aside there. Like I was also like getting really heavy into Master Duel, but I kind of like this more than Master Duel 2. No offense. Pepsi, they can know so much. You should do both TCG and Genesis. Do them both side by side. I could. We definitely could. Spiciest deck you've seen so far is Fire King Jurak. Maybe you should do double Chalice. I like the Chalice. I think Chalice is a great card. For only 5 points, it's a quick play negate. It's a board breaker per se. Going second, you just negate stuff. Like problem cards if you need to. It's not a bad card at all. I do like that. That's not a bad choice either. I'm actually like low key like interested in doing this guy. I'm not even gonna cap. I legit just want to do the Utopia Lightning shenanigans. I'm not even tripping, man. I'm gonna play this. I'm gonna play this Utopia Lightning garbage, bro. For real, dude. Yeah, Master Duel was like really. I'm gonna make a video about Master Duel this coming week. Because I played it for pretty much like 2 months as like a new player. We went from rookie rank to master rank in our the season we played last month with Blue Eyes, and it was an interesting experience. But I have a lot to say, honestly. I have a lot of honest takes that I want to like share, both good and bad, about Master Duel. So I am like working on a video for that behind the scenes that I will publish probably this next week or so. Because I think Master Duel is cool, but also I think Master Duel has a lot of issues. Not just because of the malice crap right now, but just in general. I think Master Duel is definitely not the best way to play Yu-Gi-Oh! By any means. You'll prefer this new format to Master Duel? I think a lot of players probably will. They're just kind of sick of the, especially if you're just sick of malice all the time. Yeah, Chalice could be good. Forbidden Chalice could be a good one. This is only a 5er, so that's our 100 right there. That's our 100 points. And then I guess for just consistency's sake, I just play a third Sakitama and a third Ichiki, and just kind of see what it feels like from there. And let's do some test hands. Let me play Bokoichi, bro. Hey. All right, Exo Sister Genesis. All right, here we go. What do we got? Cooking. Easy. All right, here we go. So we got Carpe Diem. We got Sakatama. So we get an additional normal summon here. But we can just go activate Martha first. Special her, special Ellis. Swoop. Now with a hand like this, we want to go for Homegirl first, the Caspatel, to search. Because we have the additional normal summon. So you could activate her if you wanted to, just on summon. And then if you wanted to activate a card here, like, oh, I'm just like worried about like Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring. I don't want to get negated here, right? You can just like go, oh, I'm just going to call Ash Blossom, right? So now your opponent cannot use an Ash for the entire turn, right? So yeah, Caspatel, she lets you search your deck for any Exosister monster. So in this situation, there's a couple different ones we could go for. We can go for Stella. Stella lets you special summon an Exosister from your hand. And if you control Ellis, you gain life points. Because what we can do here is normal summon with Sakitama. Actually, no, we don't want to do that. Because I think it's probably better for us to grab Ellis. Because she just special summons herself from your hand to the field if you control an Exosister. So it's just like a very basic combo. This is nothing super fancy, you know. You just activate this. So that's one thing we do. And then we can special summon here if we wanted to. Now another thing we could have done here is we could have also searched for Sophia and just normal summon Sophia. Since we control an Exosister, we could draw a card. That's another play that we could have done as well. But at the end of the day, this is just going to end on a Magnifica, right? So it's nothing super crazy there. Nothing super crazy there, but still good. Okay, so very similar kind of play here, but we have 7th Tachyon to get us into like our spirits, right? So definitely want to get her. The Ichiki is like crazy good. This card is crazy good. Like really, really good. And what's cool is a lot of these cards are like normal summon centric. So you're not going to be conflicting with Martha. Why is that good? Because Martha, you can't activate Martha's effect on a turn where you special summon any monsters. It's like Pot of Duality or Card D. Like if you have special summon that turn, you cannot activate those cards. Martha is also that strict. So you have to make sure that you are only special summoning Exosisters in the turn you want to use your Martha, right? Is there anywhere we can play with Genesys online? Some people were saying that Yugioh Pro has it already built into it. I think it was Joe, if you're still here, you were saying it was, right? Rev says, I'm ready to play the new format of Master Duel because I have no OTSs. You have no OTSs? Dang. Well, I will tell you this, guys. We talked about this last night. There was a lot of interest for this. I am actually super down to host tournaments for you guys, for the community, for this format, for Genesys. I am more than happy to do so. More than happy to host tournaments for you guys, whether it be on a weekly basis or even a monthly basis or both, you know. I'd be more than happy to facilitate something like that. I'd be happy to do it online through Dueling Book or Yugioh Pro. Shoot, I'd even be down to do remote dueling with actual physical cards and webcams. Yeah, whatever. You know, I'm all for anything. I would love to give you guys a chance to play this format a lot more regularly. Because like I said, I think I think a lot of people are just going to really like playing this format, but I don't think every single store or OTS area is either going to want to support this or have players that are going to be interested. So, you know, just an aside. So if you're interested in playing this, I highly recommend you join our Discord server. So you can come and like get in on the info when we start hosting these tournaments for these Genesys formats. You know, I'm also interested in hosting tournaments for normal TCG and Time Wizard like Goat and Edison and stuff. So I'm not exclusively only going to single out Genesys, but I do think Genesys like really should be taken up off the ground as fast as humanly possible. And I think having a tournament scene for it for people to come and play in every week or every month would be badass. So if that's something you're interested in, I'm going to drop a Discord invite link in the chat for you guys. Just hop on into the Discord server and power to you, man. Power to you. So let me drop an invite in the chat right now for those of you that want to hop on into the server. What's up, Lex? There you go. Oh, no. Sure, absolutely. You posted your list in the Discord. Could you give me your thoughts? Oh, sure, dude. Absolutely. Where is it? Where'd you post it at? Where'd you post it? Deck discussion? Okay, 1 second. Deck discussion. Okay, I'll bring it up over here. So this is Punks. So first things first, we got to look at the cards that are like assigned points. So as far as main deck goes, you know, Ghost Ogre, she's a 5-er. Gold Sarks, I think, are 5 or 10. Book of Eclipses are 7s. Emergency Teleport is a 40. And then as far as the extra deck goes, I think just Pep, right? Pep is I think a 10 or a 20. He's pretty low. But the rest of these cards I don't think are on there, yeah? But you said it's 100, first off. I'm just curious. I'm just looking at the cards at our points. I'm not doing the math. So. But this is a deck that Trips is interested in playing. 1 second. Okay. So I'm see here. How much of the new psychic cards are we using in here? I love those cards. So we got like the new psychic blaster. We've got the mind procedure, which is actually the card that's on E-Telly. It's the monster on E-Telly. It's kind of cute. Hey, you're playing my psychic wheeler, bro. I love this card. I used to play this in Salamangrates when I first picked up Salamangrates in 2019. At YCS Dusseldorf, man. That was a great tournament. I played Psychic Wheeler and oh shoot, what's the other one? Psychic Tracker to do with the yo-yo. You would just like summon Wheeler. It was like another like it was like Speedway Terratop at home. You know, it's very similar kind of thing. I was playing Terratop and Takatomborg as well, but yeah, this card's really cool. It lets you search psychics, which is nice. But it was Wheeler to Tracker was a free Mirage Thalio, which was dope. Okay, got the new Psychic, Mr. Dude, the new Esper Girl, Teleport Fusion. This card's so cool. This is such a cool card. I love all these new Psychic cards, man. I really think that they're super sick. This deck looks awesome, dude. It looks really, really good. Really, really consistent too. Really, really consistent. Yeah, this deck looks really good, dude. Does this fusion have the same effect as Silent Psychic Wizard? Let me pull him up on here. Silent Psychic Wizard is when this card is normal summon, target a psychic monster in your graveyard, banish that target. If this card is sent to the field of the grave, special summon the monster banished by this effect. Is it a similar thing where it like lets you summon stuff? If this card is special summon, target a level 4 lower psychic in your graveyard banishment. Special summon. Okay, that's sick. Then you can increase this level by 1, and then your psychic locked, which doesn't matter. If this card would be used as synchro material, you can treat it as a non-tuner. That's sick. So it's also a level 5 tuner monster at the same time. That's dope. That's a great card, dude. That's really good. Yeah, that's a good card right there. Very, 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 very good card. I like that. I like that a lot. Yeah, it's so cool that they're like revamping these old guys. Like these are from a long time ago. I mean, like 2011. Like these psychic monsters, when the psychic deck was like super popular, with like Esper Girl and Psychic Wizard and Psychic Cleric and Hyper Psychic Blaster and stuff like that. Yeah, it was such a cool deck. Captain Trips, he played that deck. He's a huge Psychic fan. But yeah, it's a cool deck, man. I like it. I like it a lot. Yeah, the Blaster Synchro. Yep. You just need a place to test it. Just play with people, man. That's all you gotta do. Alright, I want to keep, just like do some test hands here with this deck. So it's like, we will brick. This deck will brick a lot though with the non-engine. That's the one thing I really liked about the Blue Eyes deck I put together, that I posted on the channel today in the video. The deck just like hardly ever bricks, dude, because like all the cards are just gas. They're just so good. Because I have like no hand traps in there. There's like a couple hand traps. That's really it. There's like Valor and DD Crow. It's like, that's it. Like, there's nothing else. I mean, you can still play with this card. Like, you normal summon here. Effect of her. You know. See, this is another thing too that's very interesting about this format. A lot of cards, there's not a lot of just like one card combo things in this. There's not link climbing. There's not a lot of convoluted like combo changes you have to like memorize or worry about. But the other thing is, like, a lot of the combos you do are like very vulnerable. At least a lot of the decks that I've tried or have been watching people play, they're very, very vulnerable to stuff like Valor, Imperm, Ash. Like, just like one hand trap just kind of like really can cripple your play entirely or just stop your turn, you know. It's not like now where you know you could negate one interaction and they're like, sure, I got 20 million other things that I can do because I have like link monsters that can facilitate so much extra stuff or whatever. But or my engine is that good, like K9s or Yummies, they just have so many bodies, you know. But this card is so sick, dude. Just being able to like search out any of these cards is just so impressive. Like, honestly, like, you just search out like I clicked the wrong girl. You click the Sakatama and a normal summon, and you can overlay and then go into like Caspatel. Then you can search for Martha to Ellis. Like, it's so good. Like, there's so many ways for you to get to your full combo, you know. Like, this is crazy too. So like, you can just start with Sophia here. Normal summon. You can normal summon Sophia. And then you could activate this to get a normal summon effect to search. We could go for any of our Exo Sister cards. Probably Martha. Probably makes the most sense here. Yeah, Martha just makes the most sense to me. That's pretty good. So with this hand, man, we can do so much. We'll be able to make like 3 or 4 different like plays. Because we have Martha and an Ellis in the hand. Plus the Sophia is going to allow us to draw a card once we start doing stuff. Because we'll special summon the Ellis with the Martha first. Special summon the Ellis first, and then you seed, and then you summon Martha, and just keep going. It's pretty cool. I mean, it's really, really cool. Really, really cool. But yeah, man, I think this deck has a lot of merit. I really, really do. I really think there's a lot that we can do with this deck in terms of just like playability. The point is to just all lines need to lead to a Magnifica. That's really the most important thing. At the end of the day, you just need to end on a Magnifica with these trap cards. That's just the most important thing. The rest of it is just kind of like extra on top, you know, if you will. Chanbar, sure. This guy, Chanbar, the Flashy Sports Knight. It is a level 8 synchro, generic. Monsters your opponent controls use 400 attack for each equipped spell you control. Oh, this is like for the Doom Z, huh? You can only use each of the following effects of Chanbar once per turn. You can target one other card on the field, send an equipped spell from your hand or deck to the grave, and if you do, destroy that target. If this card is in your graveyard, you can target 2 phase-up cards in your spell and trap zone, destroy them if you special this card. That's kind of neat. That's kind of neat. That's a pretty cool card. Yeah, there's this card is pretty dang good. This card, this one, this card's pretty insane. With I don't know about the like Noble Knight Infernable stuff very well because that was a COVID era deck. When I wasn't playing, but I know about this card. I do know about Infernable Durandal. So this is pretty good. This card's pretty good. But what decks are you guys looking at or wanting to build or play or like lean into trying out in this Genesis format so far? Like what looks attractive to you? There's like so many possibilities for things. It really is you know, sky's the limit, you know. It really is. Sky's the limit in this. There's just so much we can do. Like Fire Kings is another one that comes to mind of wanting to try, but I know Volcanics is a 20, and then Kieran is a 10, so you do have some stuff there. Is Sanctuary on here or Ponix? Let me look. Be easier if I just typed in Fire King, to be honest. So Volcanix, Kieran, and Ponix. Ponix is a 10. That's wild. Interesting. You just need to do it, he says. Just need to do it. Just do it. Impulse being a 30 really hurts Fire Kings too. I mean, that's a good thing that Impulse is a 30 because the card's broken. It's a stupidly powerful card. So it's nice that you can't just have 3 Impulse in like any deck that you like are a mono attribute that doesn't get affected by it. I think they did a really good job with that, dude. I honestly think Purge should be higher as well. I think Purge at 10 is way too low. I think this is way too low. I think this should also be 30 or at least like 20. Purge at 10 is crazy to me. Crazy to me. Because in a generic format, stopping searches is way better than stopping summons, in my opinion. I really think that being able to negate a search is more valuable than negating a summon of a card. In a format that just has like no rhyme or reason or no defined decks or meta or anything like that. Because you know, like every deck has to use search cards. Every deck needs to search. Every Yu-Gi-Oh deck, right? And especially stuff that people are already cooking up for this. You know, Purge is, I just think, more generically good. But at the same token, Purge and Impulse you can't play them in every single deck, right? Because of the attribute restrictions. So there is like, that is important. That is an important side factor of it. But I guess Impulse probably has this is the least impactful attributes per se over Purge. The Purge, I think, it definitely hits a lot more decks with the attributes that it limits. What's up, T-Dog? Welcome in. I like how the Kaijus and Lava Golem are free, but Pank isn't. Well, Pankratops, I guess, is an interesting one. I saw that too. Dinosaur Pankratops is on here. Here we go. And it's because this card doesn't require anything other than just like you don't control a monster, right? You just special summon it down. It's a big beater. It also allows you just like Pankratops allows you to do multiple things that like Lava Golem or like Sphere Mode can't do. Like those cards only interact with monsters. Pankratops interact with every card on the field. He's 2500, so he can attack over a lot of cards, and he can distribute himself to destroy spells or traps or whatever you want. Like it's a more versatile card in the grand scheme of things than say Lava Golem or Sphere Mode, you know. Albeit Lava Golem and Kaijus and things like that are really good, and I think those cards will be heavily played in a format like this where like there's no real way to play around it. Lava Golem maybe, I don't know, actually I say that, but at the same time it's like, do you really want to waste your normal summon all the time on Lava Golems and like stuff like that? I'd probably not. I would reckon no. I wouldn't. I would prefer to have my normal summon for like my cards. Sonic Blaze, thank you so much for subscribing. Become part of the Devastator Squad, you legend. Welcome in. How's it going, my friend? Good to see you. Welcome, welcome. What's Predaplants looking like? Welcome back, by the way, Jazz. What's Predaplants looking like? Let's see if they have any hits on here. Not specifically for their Predaplant cards. But maybe like, I mean, doesn't Predaplant need link monsters? Don't they need links? Don't like all the plant stuff need link monsters to like do anything? You're gonna play Kaiju, Draco, Tail, Shadal, Lightsworn, Mash of Garbage. So you're gonna do the Master Duel special, but instead of it being Lightsword, Cash Tier, Bestial, Tier Element pile, you're gonna put in the Dragon Tails and the Kaijus and the Shadal cards. I mean, I guess. Power to you, bro. Power to you. Power to you, man. Power to you. We. Yeah, Verte is the Link monster, right? Have I looked at any of the Black Rose / Plan stuff in the new set? Yes, I looked at all of them when they got revealed, you know, a couple months ago. I thought they were super cool. I was very, very impressed with the card design, especially the new Black Rose Synchro. Not the girl, but the actual, like, Black Rose. That card is so cool, dude. This guy, Bramble Rose. I read this card and I was like, yo, man, this card's crazy. It is level 7, so same as Black Rose Dragon. Takes specifically a plant tuner though. Each time your opponent activates a monster effect, inflicts 600 damage to your opponent. Hey, guys, knock it off. And if you do, all monsters your opponent can currently control lose 600 attacks. So this just keeps stacking. You just keep burning them and then keep lowering their attack, which is kind of neat. Just keep lowering their monsters. But this is the effect I really, really like. During the main phase quick effect, you can tribute this card, special summon 1 Black Rose Dragon from your extra deck. This is treated as a synchro summon. That's important because Black Rose only triggers to nuke the board on synchro summon. You can banish this card from the graveyard, special summon level 4 or lower plant tuner from your graveyard. So it's kind of neat that you can just kind of like use this to just like tag out into Black Rose Dragon on your opponent's turn if they're like popping off and stuff or whatever. I like that. I like synchros like this. It just takes me back to the old days of playing shit like Formula Synchron and stuff like that, where you can just like do stuff on your opponent's turn and just like quick synchro out into something else to like respond to their board. I love that. I love being able to do that, and this card is just super cool. Even if it's not even relevant or like super useful in their strategy, I just truly think it's cool. But yeah. No, these new cards are really, really cool. I think they have potential. Not in the normal TCG. I don't think they have potential in the normal TCG, but in this format, absolutely they have potential. Absolutely they do. And this is something I just want to be very transparent about. There's a lot of really great stuff you can play that's creative and stuff like that. But in terms of like playability and viability in the actual normal modern TCG, I don't think a lot of decks are playable because the deck building pack products are just way too broken. They're way too good. Like, I think that is a big problem with modern Yu-Gi-Oh right now, is the sets are terrible and they're just destroying their own like player capacity for like having a nice middle ground of casual play. You just don't have that right now at all. You just don't. Like, everyone is just gonna just like push for the crazy stuff. Especially now that those crazy cards are a lot more affordable than they used to be. But, you know, when you're making crap like Yummy, Canine, Malice, Riziel, you're making decks like this every single couple months. Like, no one's going to want to play anything in the main sets, right? There's just no reason to. Am I right or am I right? Like, you can't refute that. Who the hell is gonna go there and like waste their time and energy unless you really don't care about winning or like competing and stuff? That's a completely different argument. But if you're interested in like playing the game and just like going into even just your like tournaments, whether it be like your locals, your OTS, or even regionals or beyond, you know, why would you play Exo Sisters, right, in the normal TCG? Why? Like, this deck will get absolutely monkeyed on by Yummy. Literally FTK'd on. Like, how can you even compete, right? You can't. Yummy will body you all day. just by design. But in this format, you know, like you have so much more flexibility and creativity to play, and that's why I'm so attracted to it. I'm sick and tired of all of these broken decks they keep making, and all of the decks that look fun and interesting and attractive that you can tell they put a lot of design efforts into, they just fall by the wayside before they even come out, right? And then the products come out, and then it's like no one wants it, and then it's just like, oh well, it's another failed Yu-Gi-Oh product, another $20 booster box in 2 months, right? That's not good. That's not good design, right? There's so many cool cards and so many cool decks that they've designed in the last couple of years that I've been drawn to, but it's just like, at the same time, they put these cards in like ultras and secret rares in the product, so it's like they're not easy to get a hold of unless you go and buy them on the secondary market once they crash out to like 50 cents, you know. But my point is, why would you go out of your way to do that stuff when you can just go and play Yummy or Malice or Ryziel, right? And you know what I mean? And those decks will just feed on every other deck just because they're just so much better. Like, the disparity of deck power right now in the TCG is unbelievable. Like, it's really high. You know, maybe this is just me, like, as a really hot take, and like I'm just some like boomer fool. But I don't know. Like, aside from COVID era, I've played every year in every format of Yu-Gi-Oh's history. And like right now, these last couple years since I've been back in it, looking at stuff like, you know, with like Malice and Ryziel and like U-Bell and Fiendsmith stuff and like Snake Eyes at full power, like these decks, like why would you play anything else, right? Like it's, you know, unless you have, you know, I mean, obviously there was like Shifter was a great carry for a lot of rogue decks last year, but once the card got limited, you know, you kind of lost that element of like it's like, ooh no, right? Oh, Shifted. But I don't know. Am I just, does my argument make sense, or am I just rambling? I don't know. You let me know in the chat. But it's just that's one of my big gripes with the current modern Yu-Gi-Oh like products and like the way that they create decks. It's just if I'm gonna go compete and like I want to win, why would I play Exosisters when I can just play Yummy, right? Because that's the other thing too. You also got to take into consideration is the money, right? Like if I'm gonna go and I got to go spend like $40 a copy on Dominus Purges in my Exosister deck, that I got to also own that card for Yummy. Why would I just not just go play Yummy, right? Because the Yummy cards are cheap. So I don't know, just kind of rant over, but that's the whole point of me rambling about this to you guys. Is this is one of the reasons why I am so attracted to the Genesis format, is because that problem isn't really going to be a thing, right? It's like it's going to be, especially if once we have events for this and people start making decks and things start to see a little bit of a teeter-totter of like, oh man, these cards are actually way too good. Konami already said that they're going to be updating the like point list on a monthly to semi-monthly basis. So they're going to be updating this format as much as they update Master Duel. So that's good. That means that's really, really good, right? That means they're going to be constantly monitoring the results of these events when they have these at all their YCSs and things. I'm sure they'll have these at regional flights as well, not regionals as well as side events. OTSs can host these. There's also crazy prize support for this stuff. They're allocating YCS and Shonen Jump prize cards to these giant cards. I heard through the grapevine that there's also going to be like, if you win the qualifiers for these, they're going to have bigger tournaments and you get like free travel to these events like you did back in the old days. If you want a regional and shit, you'd get like a free hotel and a free flight to go to your national. Like the prizing in Yu-Gi-Oh, I'll be honest, in the old days was crazy good. You used to win like laptops and like cases of product at like regionals. It was insane. Yeah, obviously way different story now, but crazy to think about. Like this format is drawing a lot of attention from Konami in multiple facets, and like the prizing structure for it in just first like talks about it. Obviously I haven't seen anything real official about some of this information, but from good, so I have some really good sources that tell me these things, and it's just like most of the time they're right. So it's kind of cool. You go and you can compete in the Genesis format and you can be winning $5,000 giant cards, like or like these $1,000, $2,000 Shonen Jump prize cards from back in the day, and you know what I mean. It's really cool. Like they're really trying to drive in some competitive value to playing this if you want to also take this outside of your local area and go and put yourself out there and play the decks that you really, really love, you know? And I think that's great. I think this is something that Yu-Gi-Oh! Has been needing for a long time. We talked about this last night on last night's stream, and I think one of the other great benefits of this format is it's going to allow a lot of casual players or older players to come back in the game and like play your deck that you had like years ago, and it'll be playable. Obviously, you might have to like tweak some stuff here and there with some staples, or maybe get new support cards or whatever, but like you don't have to buy the brand new decks and products every single time, right? That is a really good benefit. And everyone can just come in and play the game. Not having to teach someone how to link summon is a huge benefit. Who here has tried to teach someone how to link summon before? Someone who hasn't played Yu-Gi-Oh! In like a decade or longer. You know, if you have to teach them pendulums as well. Seriously, show of hands in the chat or in the comments after the fact. How many of you guys have sat down with a player that's just like, oh, I haven't played Yu-Gi-Oh! In 20 years. Since, you know, like Thousand Eyes Restrict was a god tier card, right? And you sit down and you try to teach them what link summons are and pendulum summons. It's just like, you know, it's hard. It's really hard information to just grasp. You have to like sit there and play it over and over and over, right? You know, that's where Master Duel was really attractive for people coming back to the game, because it like automatically will teach you that with just like automation. The game just holds your hand, right? Because it's automated. But the TCG is not automated, right? So you have to sit there and you have to like learn it. You have to sit there and play it and make the mistakes. And it's just like, it's frustrating for people, right? It's very frustrating. And I don't know. I just feel like a lot of people don't want to mess with that. You know, a lot of people I used to play Yu-Gi-Oh! With on a very serious level, like 10 plus years ago, don't play anymore because they hate the game in terms of like, it's like, the way that the decks are designed, or most of them, it's because it's link monsters. They are not a fan of combo oriented link climbing strategies where all this generic stuff just bridges into a million different things. Like, you know, it's too much, right? It's too much. And I get it. There's a point where there's a lot of fatigue with stuff like that when you're trying to learn so much at once and you have to get thrust into that. So I really like that there's no link monsters or pendulums in this format, because it greatly helps older players to like come back in. I mean, maybe this is just my hot take, and maybe I'm completely wrong, and you can tell me I'm wrong in the chat. It's not gonna hurt my feelings. I prefer to have like discussions about this type of stuff, because like I think it's very important to have open discussion about anything. You know, I am not going to sit here and ban you and tell you you're an idiot if you disagree with me. I'm not that type of a person. I very, very welcome and love open debate about anything. Let me catch up with the chat real quick, though. Real quick, let me scroll up here. Kodarin says, I agree completely. That's what's killing competitive. Jazz says, you're right. Konami pigeonholed themselves, and now they've removed the mechanic mistakes from the last 9 to 10 years. Both, as long as the point balance makes sense. The deck point system caps deck power level while allowing innovation, while promoting healthy deck building. Not to mention the point list is significantly easier to manage than a bound list. It absolutely is. It absolutely is. Do you think if our Genesis pops off, change the way link mechanics work? Regenesis? What do you mean? Like this, the format Genesis? No, I don't think they'll change link mechanics at all. They've already changed link mechanics. They already had to change it. Like I like link monsters in their like first iteration way more than what they are now. You know, if you're gonna make me go and play links again, you know, and if I got to pick which master rule I played links in, I would go and play how when they first came out, where you can't use your extra deck. You have to use the link monsters, link arrows, to actually like path out map ways for your actual like extra deck to like facilitate and be played. I thought that was awesome. I really liked that. Like column management was so important. Like it was a micro level of Yu-Gi-Oh that really had a lot of skill expression to it. And a lot of mistakes and games were lost when players would not put stuff in the right columns or zones and forget the link arrow placements. It was like a really important thing. It was really cool. I liked that a lot more. You know, because, you know, back then I was like an extremely hardcore competitive player. I was playing and winning multiple regionals, topping nationals, you know, day 2ing YCSs. Like I was cruising. You know, that was a great year for me. It was 2019. But my point is, like, I really think that the Link summoning mechanic kind of devolves away from a lot of the game, because it allows you to just kind of like, what I mean by this is it allows you to just like, your opponent interrupts you in a format with like stuff like this, right? Where if you're solely only playing fusions, synchros, exceeds, what's one thing that all of these cards need? Multiple cards. These are, unless you're playing Zodiacs, right? Cheating, that's another thing, you know. It's another reason why Yummy is so crazy, because it cheats game mechanics. It's just like Zodiac was. It cheats game mechanics. That's why it's so good. You know, what do I mean by that is Zodiacs are one card exceed monsters. It cheats the game mechanic. They're literally Link 1s. All of them are Link monsters. And then the Yummy cheats synchroing by using Link monsters as synchro materials. Or as effects to synchro summon with. Like, you're cheating a game mechanic, right? That's why they're so good. You get to skip steps. You get to skip materials. You get to skip specific conditions that you need to use that mechanic in its actual, like, quote unquote functionability, right? That's why those types of cards are just really good, right? You can't refute that. That's why Zodiac was tier 0. They were all just literally cheating the mechanics of Yu-Gi-Oh! Whereas every other player with Exceeds had to have 2 or more monsters, right? Zodiacs don't. You interact with me, cool. I'll just stack them on top. I don't care, right? You know, it's a very, very different experience. So with Links, one of the big factors that's very different from a format like Genesis is when you get interrupted and stopped, and your deck is very extra deck centric, like this, for example. If you don't have like extenders and stuff to keep pushing to try and get more monsters on the board to make your Exceeds, to make your Synchros, to fusion summon, or if your opponent is negating your abilities to search your polymerization spells or whatever, you're not able to do these interactions. Whereas with Link monsters, if your opponent stops certain things and like monster interactions, you can just tribute them away to make Links, right? So it's like you get stuck with like different level monsters or non-tuners or whatever. Like, oh, I can't synchro and I can't exceed with these, but I can just tribute them away and make a Link monster, and I can keep playing, right? And I can just keep on going. That's what I'm trying to get at. That's what I'm trying to get at with why Links are very, very, very different and really warp the game a lot more than you think they do. Because when your cards are interacted with, Link monsters are there for you to continue to keep doing stuff, right? You can't do that. If you just have like summon a monster, they Veiler it. Sorry, man, I can't exceed now. I don't have 2 level 4 monsters on my board, or I can't synchro summon because I don't have a tuner or a non-tuner on my field. I don't have materials to fusion summon with. Oh, but gosh, I can just link 1 into a Link monster and just keep on playing, right? And then that's my point. That's my point. And that's why this format, I think, is going to be really, really interesting, because it's going to be a lot more 2, 3, 4 card combinations to make plays. Of course, there's going to be a lot of 1-card plays. It's just how Yu-Gi-Oh! Is. You know, if you're playing any Yu-Gi-Oh! Cards, strategies from the last 5 years, you're going to have a lot of 1-card combos or 1-card strategies. That's just how it is. That's just Yu-Gi-Oh! Design in the modern era. It's very, very simple. Plain and point. But a lot of your plays, I think, with decks are going to be a lot more fragile and more interruptible. Or stoppable, manageable, you know, especially when it's like you really think about like, yeah, people can sit here and combo off and do all this stuff, but like, what are you getting to, right? Like, most of the Omni Negate cards are not legal. They're like 100 points, or like they're really high points. So you just kind of have to take that into consideration of just like, yeah, if you sit here and watch your opponent just like summoning a million monsters, like, what are they going to do with that, right? You know? Because like you could also, this is going to be another thing too, is like you'll need to memorize and know like what point values of certain cards are. So if you see your opponent activate certain types of cards, like you see them drop an Ash on you, it's like, okay, that's 15 points. Now I know that their extra deck probably doesn't have any really strong cards in it, right? Because all those cards are like really good, or they probably don't have a lot of good power spells in their deck, or they don't have all the other hand traps, right? Because they're trying to do, you know what I mean? This is gonna open up a very different style of playing the game, micromanaging plays, macro managing plays, and also just thinking about like cards and interactions and possibilities and stuff. Because not everybody can just play 20 hand traps in my deck, right? you don't have the point structure to do that. So I think that's really, really cool. Like, I don't know. I'm just, through all of this, I hopefully my passion is exuding itself to you guys, because I am just so freaking excited for this format. I can't understate that or overstate that enough. I'm so excited for it. I just think it's going to completely change how we like look at and think and play the game that we know and we love, right? And I'm just so excited about that. So excited about that. I hope you guys are too. I really hope you guys are too. Hope what I'm saying makes sense. If you need any clarification, please let me know. Or if you just think I'm an idiot, you could tell me too. You're not going to hurt my feelings. Let me catch up on some chat here though. Pendulum's not easy to understand, and Link is too easy to climb with. That's why they singled out those two. Oh, absolutely. I mean, they're both easy to climb with. Pendulum Summoning gets you like a bunch of extra monsters. The format, yeah, I would have to say that Links can't be used as material for other Links. In my brain, it will slow it down a lot. Jazz says OG Pendulum was fine. Once Pepe type stuff started happening is when it got too far out of hand. Konami basically hit the gas on game power and didn't know how to stop the car. Well, I mean, that was a big... That's a big one. Yeah, the Performa Pal, Clown Blade, Pepe, that whole like era of Yu-Gi-Oh really changed a lot about how just card design was. It was very, very, very fast. The game went like 1,000 miles an hour, like just out of nowhere. It was so fast paced, out of nowhere. It was already like, you know, kind of fastish, right? But like, it was more manageable back and forth. But like the peak Pendulum era, you know, 2016 specifically, 2015-16, though that stuff was like crazy, dude. Crazy. Galactus says, I think the biggest issue with Links was more about how it helped bridge in other decks, whereas that is harder to do with the other mechanics. Exactly, that's what I was trying to say, yeah. You can't just be like, you know, doing your thing, and then they're just like, okay, I negated all their stuff, and they're just like, oh, well, I got 2 monsters, I'm just gonna make Moon of the Close Sevens and just make a Fiendsmith Requiem and go full Fiendsmith combo, brother, and just, oh, you're great, like, cool, I love that, that's so fair, right? Like, you know what I mean? Exactly that. That's my point. You can't just sit there with just like useless monsters that have been negated and interacted with. You can just be like, oh, I'll just link them away and keep playing, right? Now now it's just with no links, you're very, very minimal into what you can do. You know, your deck has to specify what those monsters are there for. You know, they're not just like infinite bridges that just kind of like can just be whatever you want them to be, you know? Jazz is exactly what I said on your video earlier. Summoning is far too generic. Links, I don't know why it showed Link as an emote from Breath of the Wild, but okay. Link, I understand it. It's Link. Link summoning is far too generic, especially when they allow archetype bridges like Snake Eyes and Fiends with their feet. Exactly that. Yeah, exactly that. That's why I think a card like Divine Knight Felgrand is so good. It's a monster to get on a card that's 0 points. It wouldn't be good in modern form, but something like that for low points is, yeah, it's a very, very good piece. Absolutely. Same like Hope Harbinger. But like, I can't play the Felgrand in the Blue Eyes deck because you're like dragon locked all the time in a lot of those combos that I'm like, you know, coming up with. Most of them you're almost entirely always going to be dragon locked, or sometimes you're not, but like Hope Harbinger is just a better card at the end of the day. Spell cards are more important, I think, to interact with freely. So because you look at the Blue Eyes stuff, right? You know, you have the Spirit Dragons that can tag out into the Ultimate Spirits. I mean, some of the combos I have, you can end on Ultimate Spirit, like generic. You could actually just like organically synchro summon that card in some of the combos that I've been coming up with the Blue Eyes stuff. Definitely check out my Blue Eyes deck, though. I posted a video on it on my channel earlier today. Yeah, after the stream, you go check out that video. Let me know what you guys think about the Blue Eyes deck. I think the Blue Eyes stuff has a lot of potential in this format. A lot of potential. There's a lot of ways to play it. And that's just me kind of like really quickly scratching the surface, but it's very, very powerful. It does a lot of stuff. Normal summons are going to really mean something again. Oh, absolutely. Yeah, normal summoning is very, very important, you know. Especially normal summons that allow you to summon multiple monsters at the same time. Like, that's really, really good. That's why like a deck like this is really attractive to me, because like a lot of these cards just facilitate you allowing to have multiple summons a turn via your normal summon. Like, this searches a monster that gives you additional normal summons. This gives you additional normal summons. This gives you additional normal summons. this also searches, so you can just like, just the spirits alone can just start cooking into your deck, and then you can just, okay, then I'll use my actual normal summon and special summons from my Exosister cards. Like, there's just a lot you can do with that, right? It's kind of cool. So that's why this is another deck that I want to, I think we should definitely be keeping up, you know, just up to date with, you know, because I'm a huge Exosister fan, so I like, very excited that this card is finally going to be in the TCG here pretty soon. Because this card is endued, yeah, should be. Someone in the chat room was saying this card is endued, so that's good. We'll definitely, I definitely want to grab this card from that set. But yeah, I can play all this in the TCG. The only card I don't own in this is 7th Tachyon. I never picked up this card. I wasn't playing Ryziel when this card came out. I switched over to Blue Eyes immediately when Blue Eyes came out in February. And I've been on Blue Eyes ever since. I haven't played anything else in the TCG except Blue Eyes since February. So I never picked this card up. And it's really expensive now. It went up a lot. I mean, this card is going to be just really powerful in this format specifically, because there are a number of number monsters that are 0-pointers that will allow you to use this card to bridge into a ton of generic search power for your deck. But I'm okay with that. See, that's a good, this card is a really well designed card, because it's not like most search cards where it just says search your deck for this card and add it to your hand. This card specifically says that you have to have a number monster between 101 and 107. Then you have to search with that very specific, you know, level, type, and or attribute, and then you have to put a card in your hand to the top of your deck afterwards. So it's like, it's a very strict reinforcement of the army card, man. It's not just search your deck for a level 4 lower warrior monster, you know? You have to have a very specific thing, a very specific attribute, level, etc. with that specific thing, but then you also have to put a card in your hand back to the top of your deck, you know? So you lose card advantage at the same time. It doesn't just give you a free card. Like, it's pretty cool. Rev says, we'll start playing on turn 1 and not turn 0. That's another good thing too. It's like, I haven't played the new format yet for the TCG. I just been, you know, paying attention to it and watching stuff, but it's just like, I haven't played it myself and sat down and I haven't played the TCG for myself since May. And it's just, yeah, a lot of just so much turn 0 playing, and I just think it's a little too excessive. I'm not a fan of turn 0 playing. I just think it really, it adds a really high value on dice rolls. And it also, on top of that, it adds a much higher value on RNG, big time. Because if you draw those cards and you can interact with your opponent and just stop everything they do, whether it be, you know, I'm not talking about the hand traps. I mean, just like having like the Vanquish Soul cards and like the Azunas and stuff, or just like having, you know, all of the, you know what I mean, like all of the cards that just allow you to just kind of set up and do everything you want. You have all the, you know, you have the 5 manas and everything, and you can just rip your opponent's field apart before they even do anything on their turn, right? You just like put them on blast before they can even play, and then you just get to start your turn with like 3 or 4 monsters already. Malice does the same thing with March Hare, right? It's you just banish a white rabbit, or, you know, a white rabbit, then you summon her back, special summon the dude, get the trap card, use the trap card, and you just get them, add the March Hare right back for next turn, and you just get to keep on going. Just start your turn with 2 monsters for free, right? Like it's to me it's too much. I'm not a fan of the turn 0 stuff. I want to be able to like play my turn and do all my stuff, and like your only level of interruption with me on my turn going first is your non-engine cards, is your interruptions, your hand traps, right? That's it. Otherwise, like, as it should be, you shouldn't be able to just sit there and just because I am playing, I am going to be punished by your main deck's engine. I don't know. I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan. Now, I'm not going to just like not play the current TCG. I'm still going to play. I still want to get in and play it because the format still looks kind of cool. And I think the Blue Eyes deck, my Blue Eyes, you know, is very relevant. Very, very strong in the current like Yu-Gi-Oh game. Yeah, I totally get that, Rev. I totally get that. Pamela, welcome in. Welcome in. Good to see you. Pamela says, what I find more interesting about this format is the side deck balancing. Exactly. I agree. Strong engines have dog shite side decks, while the lower tier decks can have really strong techs on the side. It changes a lot. Absolutely it does. It changes a lot for sure about how you're going to just kind of like think about how certain decks, yeah, if their main deck is going to be really high on points, the side decking is going to be very, very different. You're not just going to be, you can't just be like, you know, the TCG where you're just like, oh, I'm just going to side triple Perulia, triple Fuvalas, triple Artifact Lancia, you know, Harpy's Feather Duster, Lightning Storms, triple Solemn Judgment. Oh, Solemn's at 1 now, but, you know, it's not just 3 of all of these like cracked cards, you know, which like in this format, it'd be like a 300 points or 200 points side deck, right? It's very, very, that's a very good point, Pamela. Very, very good point for sure. Absolutely. Kodarn, you have a good night, man. Good to see you as always, dude. Hope you feel better. What do I think of the new card, Bot Herder? Bot Herder is a good card, especially with Mimigools. I mean, it's kind of a custom card for Mimigools, to be honest, in disguise. But it's a good card. It's really cool. Rev says, speaking of non-engine versus Canine is probably not going to be the best deck because of the lack of it. Probably. I mean, we'll see. We'll definitely see. I know the versus Canine stuff is playable in this because, to my knowledge, none of the Vanquishable cards are hit on here. That was one of the first things I looked for. The first thing I looked for when I looked at this list, though, was Tenpai. I'll be very honest. First thing I went for was like, all right, where's Sangin Summon, Sangin Kaimin, Chundra? Like, I do not want to play. No offense if you're a Tenpai enjoyer, but I did not want to sit here and play against a bunch of BS Tenpai nonsense in this format. I'm so happy that they nerfed all the Tenpai cards to basically be an unplayable strategy. So I was so happy about that. No offense to anyone that was a Tenpai enjoyer, but I was not wanting to play against decks like that deck in this casual format in the slightest, because you know people were going for that, probably going for a deck like that right away, because it's like super simple, very cheap, and very powerful. It's a super simple deck to just like pick up and just like OTK out as every game. But yeah, the VS don't have anything on here. Obviously Rock is not in here, but Rock doesn't really matter at the end of the day. Rock isn't that useful. Rock's good. It helps. It does give you more interaction points in the lines, but it's not necessary. I mean, Holly Sue and Raisin is all you care about, man. Holly Sue and Raisin is all you care about. All you care about is the free bodies. Going to the rank 5s, you know, you still have Paradise Nuts legal on here. You got to really, you know, remember to think about that one. Paradise is still legal, man. That's not on this list. Paradise Nuts is completely legal, dude. Not here. He's not here. But the canines do have hits. Ripper is a 20, Azuna is a 20, and Lupus is a 5. So that is cool. That you have to, if you want to play the Azunas, that's going to be over half of your deck's capacity of points right there. So I think that's also that's a good heads up. It's a good heads up. But to be fair, you could technically still just play full power versus Canine in this format, and it would be very, very, very effective. I'm actually like kind of nervous about a lot of people putting a lot of stock into that deck right away out the gates, because it will be really good. But I don't know. I'm not a fan of Vanquish Soul because at the end of the day, it is a kind of sometimes a bricky strategy, because you do have to worry about all the attributes, and Rock is a helper for the attribute problem. So that is kind of a nice part, not having Rock the Vanquisher. Thunder Dragon. What about Thunder Dragon? Come on, man. Trevor, what's up, dude? Welcome in, dude. Our newest channel member, our newest Kaiba man. Big shout outs to Trevor G, guys, for becoming a Kaiba man last night. Joined the channel members. Got his signed Kaiba man card as a thank you for becoming a channel member. I'll get this shipped out to you, dude. Thank you so much for becoming a channel member, man. I really appreciate that. It's a huge help for me to continue to just grow and, you know, put everything I can back into the content and the streams and the videos and everything. So thank you so much for that. It really truly means the world to me, man. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And I got your name added onto the list, dude. It was in the video today, and also it's on there right there too. There you go, right there. Big shout. I'll just give a big shout out, of course, to all the channel members, all the Kaya mans. Really appreciate everyone who became a channel member so far on the channel. It really, really, truly means a lot to me. For as low as just $1.99, you can just directly support me and my work here to continue to push myself and grow this. You know, for those that are new here, like Yu-Gi-Oh is basically like my life. I kind of just really enjoying doing everything I can to make this channel really big, and also Kind of like I want to make a store one day, and just every bit helps. The channel members and also my Patreon backers. Big shout out to everyone who's on the Patreon. Thank you so much for all that support. It really means a lot to me as well. Okay, shilling aside, you know, I do got to give the thing. So I mean, I truly am thankful for everybody that takes that extra step. But I mean, I'm just thankful for everybody that's a part of this community, that subscribes, that likes the videos, that watches the videos, watches the streams, like all that stuff. It really means a lot to me, because I couldn't do it without you guys. Really couldn't. So big thank you to everybody. It really is awesome. You guys are awesome. Pam says, and that's why I think anyone posting these format solved deck lists are dead wrong, because their side decks look horrible. VS K9 loses to a single retaliating C. I mean, yeah, you're right. Absolutely right. What are they going to do with it? You can't. It's level 6. You can't exceed. You can't do nothing with that. Exactly. Yeah, retaliating C, scary. Very nasty card. And if memory serves, it's not on the list at all. Yeah, retaliating C is not even on the list. So that card's gonna be really relevant, because, you know, what are you gonna do with it? What are you gonna do with that card? Because you can't just link it away, right? You can't just link it away. It's kind of important. Some decks obviously can utilize it. If you have level 6s, you can make rank 6s. Some decks you can fuse with it, synchro with it, etc. And there's ways to get rid of it, but it's not as easy. You know, some decks just have no way to interact with a retaliating C. You know. Junk Speeder at 100 though. I mean, Junk Speeder's crazy good. So I mean, it makes sense. Red Dragon Archery would be cool to look at. Yeah, give it a look. Absolutely, take a look at the Red Dragon cards. You know, like we've said a million times already. There's just so much to look at, and this is what's cool. It opens up the doors for like everything, and you could play all these great old band cards too, which is amazing. It's amazing. Which reminds me, we should just put Pot of Greed in this deck. What are we doing out here? What are we doing out here, man? Why are we not just putting Pot of Greed in our Exosister deck? Why not? Why not? A low point deck, right? You know? I think this is 100 points right here. What could I cut out to just throw in Pot of Greed? I don't know. Maybe some of the hand traps combinations, or drop them down to 2s or whatever. Yeah, I want 2 Imperm. If I cut 1 Imperm, 1 Purge, and a Chalice, I could play Pot of Greed. You can play Pot of Greed in the deck, yeah. Good old Pot of Greed, man. It's cool. It's good. It just makes you so happy that I can play this card, you know? Makes me really happy to play it. And it's like, you can't just like freely play it too. That's the thing. You can't just be like, oh yeah, I'll just throw Pot of Greed in every deck because I can. It's like, you also got to think about, it's a 30-point value, right? It's like basically a third of your point, you know, allocation to the one card. So I don't know. It's kind of neat. I mean, I originally, when we were building the Blue Eyes stuff last night, I was like, I was immediately put Pot of Greed in there, but then we ended up cutting it out. You know, I've been, I preferred having multiple Wishes for Eyes of Blue, because Wishes for Eyes of Blue is just more helpful. You know, Pot of Greed is nice, but being able to just search 82 cards that I want is just a little better. A little better. Let's see here. Legit back row might actually be relevant again too. There's not going to be a ton of generic removal now. I mean, Cosmic Cyclone and Mystical Space Typhoon and Twin Twisters are completely wide open to play. Yeah, you can't just, you know, drop Harpies, Heavy Storm, and Lightning Storms in every deck, because those all have high point values. But as far as I remember, like Twin Twister, Cosmic Cyclone, MST, Twister, like none of those cards are on there at all. They're just zeros, which is great. Those are the cards that are like, you know, more interesting to play. I mean, I love Twin Twisters. Twin Twisters is probably my favorite back row removal card after Heavy Storm. Heavy Storm is my favorite by far. I love that card so much. Still kills me the card's not legal in the TCG. Kills me. Tornado Dragon. We were forgetting that one earlier. We should play that Overtime Thief Redoer in this deck. Thank you. I know there was a really good Exceed I was forgetting. Tornado Dragon. This card, dude. We should absolutely play that in here. It's very, very good. Because, like, in the turns we don't have to use Martha, and we can just use the Spirit cards, dude, and just, like, all the Exo Sister Girls without Martha, we can make stuff like Ducaras, Tornado Dragons, you know, and it's just, like, really, really nice. Obviously, we could still, you know, it's usually better to make the Magnifica, but, you know, sometimes your hands are just that good where you could just be, like, Magnifica and Tornado Dragon or Ducaris, right? Without a Martha. It's pretty rare that can happen. You have to have, like, literally the perfect combination of cards, but it's very realistic. But, like, you can just use this as, like, a getting into cards option as well if the Magnifica, Michaelis, Vadis, Returnia don't get rid of your opponent's entire field. You know? Heavy Storm should be cheaper than Harpy's Feather Duster because it's inherently a worse card, according to Konami, right? Because it destroys your cards too. Like Dark Hole is only 3, but Raigeki's 7. You know, it's kind of the same thing because it affects all cards, not just your opponent. You're running Graceful on BA. It's insane in there. Wow, that's another deck I should put together again. Burning Abyss is another one of my favorite decks ever made in the history of the game. I still have my BA deck from back when I was playing it in 2014, 15, and 16. Phantom Knight BA specifically was what I used to like, just totally vibe on. Man, I got so many tops with that deck. Bro, that deck cooked. I loved PK Fire. Obviously, we can't play Beatrice because she's a 100. And that's fine. That's fine. I'll concede the fact I can't play Beatrice. Well, I could play like Graceful Charity in there. Yeah, you just draw 3 cards, discard a Graph and a Seer. Okay, like let's go. Feels good right there, man. I like that. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. A Rise Heart. That's funny. He's exclusively an Earth Machine. Yeah, no more Kashtira deck. Kashtira just can't function in this format, which is great because the Kashtira cards are stupid. They're too good. Yeah, Mirage and Nightmare you could play as well. We could play Mirage. Mirage and Nightmare is only a 10-pointer. Yeah, we could just like hard draw Mirage in those turns. We could just be like, oh yeah, I'll just draw a bunch of free cards on my opponent's turn and just Tornado Dragon pop it. You know, especially if I already have like one hand trap in my hand, like that would be really good. And you can just draw a bunch of really good like stuff for the next turn. I like that idea. That's a great idea. I've been looking for like, I kind of want to play Mirage and Nightmare in Blue Eyes as well, because same kind of principle applies. I can Mirage and Nightmare and then just like rebuild my hand on my opponent's turn. And then like, if I need to, I can Primite Drill Beam or just tag out into Lightstorm Dragon and blow up my Mirage plus their back rows as well before I have to like negatively impact myself. And I can just do that on my turn as well if I want to, but I would do it on their turn because I want the Lightstorm to destroy itself so I can set a spell or trap card. But I want to play Mirage in the Blue Eyes deck too. I was thinking about it today after I posted my deck profile. I was like, you know what, dude, Mirage and Nightmare is only a 10-pointer, and I just I kind of think this card could be really good in a lot of decks in this format, you know. Especially if you know, generic spell and trap removal in terms of like quick plays would be played again, like Cosmic, Twin Twisters, MST, etc. Mirage would just go really hard. This is a very, very cool card, you know. And I've got my beautiful Speed Duel secret rare ones that we can throw in my actual physical deck, you know. Ooh, beautiful, beautiful. Mirage feels like bait. Really, you think so? Well, the big thing I liked about Beatrice was it just allows you to far for your opponent all the time on their turn. You just far for them. And then also like when the Beatrice leaves, you just get to summon like the free fusion. You just get the Dante Pilgrim for free. And Dante Pilgrim was just a cracked card. The card was nasty. I loved that card. Loved that card. Do I think Infernoids would cook? Probably. Let's see where grass is. What's that card called in English? It's not mowing the lawn. What's it called? Grasslick Screener or that Grasslick Screener? I always just only think of it the Japanese name for the card. It's just called mowing the lawn. That Grasslick Screener. It is a 50. So yeah, you could just play like a huge Infernoid pile with grass. You definitely could. Grass looks greener. I've only played this card once in my life. YCS Atlanta 2017. Zodiac for his hot prime Zodiac format. I went there with Zoo, full power Zoo. That was the deck that I was going to register with. And then literally like the morning of the event, one of my buddies that I traveled there with, he was just like, you know, we were both like, you know, in the hotel room, and he just like pulled out his like Yu-Gi-Oh like box of stuff, and he was like, yo dude, Andrew, check out what I got, man, just for you, to try it if you want to play it. Hands me a prize card Minerva. Back then Lightsworn Minerva was only a like YCS prize card, it wasn't reprinted yet. And I was just like, oh dude, yeah, that's right, I forgot you won one of these not too long ago. I was like, can I play it? And he's like, of course, I'm not gonna use it, I don't give a crap. So then I just quickly put together a 60 card grass pile, Lightsworns with zombies, like, you know, like Mizuki, Plague Spreader, you know, Unizombie, crap like that, and Zodiacs. So it's like had barrages, Rapier, Whiptail, Thoroughblade, etc. It was such a sick deck. 60 card pile, and all I cared about doing was just left arm offering to search grass, resolving grass, and I literally could not lose a single duel. And I was playing through, like, this was full power Zoo format, full powered Wind Witch. You know, I was pushing and playing through all of that crap, dude. Going first and second. Going first, you just Psy-Frame Omega and Trishula their entire hand away. Like, you don't give a shit, man. They're not even playing the game. But and then they also have to sit there and deal with Dryden at the same time, right? But you know, if you go second, you could just rip their field apart so easily, man. If you were to resolve the grass, it was so cool. I had so much fun with that deck, and every time I would summon my Minerva, people would crap their pants. They were like, and like this was like, you know, if you've ever been to a YCS, they have like the camera guys that roll around and shoot like B-roll for the streams. And every time I would summon the Minerva, they would be like, the cameraman would come over to my table and just focus on the Minerva, and I was just like, yo, trying to do it, man. Because I mean, the card was like $3,000 back then. It was not like every day you would see a prize card Minerva on the table, right? So it's like, it was really funny, and I did really well at that event, man. I did really well. I made day 2, and I was pretty shocked that I did. I thought I was just gonna scrub out. I thought I was gonna X3 drop really fast, but I was like 5 or 6 straight wins on day 1. I was freaking smoking people, man. Oh, it was crazy. It was cool. That was a cool deck. That was a really fun YCS. Really fun YCS. Sorry for the just random story, but yeah, I just saw the grass and it just took me back to that event. Yeah, Lightsworns have VFD. Absolutely. Lightsworns is actually a deck I'm kind of scared about in this format, because they have, aside from Charge the Light Brigade, they have no hits. I mean, obviously Curious and Cherubini aren't legal, which are pretty integral to the strategy. You know, I mean, Curious is banned in the normal game, but, you know, it's a crazy card. But you still can do everything else. You still have all the synchros, you still have the exceeds. I mean, it's still pretty nasty. You just have all of the crazy infinite plays with Wolves and, you know, Feluses and Dragonling and Vice and Minervas, all versions of Minerva, right? It's really good. Like, I really think that the Lightsworn deck is a great thing to like check out. I think that deck would actually be really cracked in this format, because your only like actual main deck card that is that's relevant is Charge of the Light Brigade, as far as I remember from like looking through the list. Yeah, Zombie Pile would be sweet in this format. Absolutely it would be. You're going to be showing up in your regionals running Exceed Encore just despite the K9 and Exorcist players. There you go. Just go. That'd be funny. Just rip their boards apart. That's great. Currently, I'm cooking a Punk deck. I ran Gamma for protection, but also it synchros into Chaos Ruler, and then Chaos ensues. I love that. Chaos Ruler is such a cool card. I would low-key was wanting to play it in Blue Eyes as well, because you can summon it. You absolutely can. but at the same time, really, in terms of like my main combo stuff, the only like relevant thing that I would use the Chaos Ruler on is to like summon back Kaiba-Mans, which would be sick because every time Kaiba-Man is summoned, he gets a special summon of Blue Eyes from anywhere. So I mean, it would be cool. It would be cool. But it is a little bit harder to summon this guy because it is a level 8. But you can do this in Blue Eyes because of Neo Kaiser. Neo Kaiser allows you to just change the level of the Blue Eyes to a 7, so you can just synchro with Kaiba-Man into Chaos Ruler, and then you could do the shenanigans. But I mean, oh no, this card special summons from the graveyard, not from the banished pile. That's right. That's right. That's right. I was thinking this card special summon from the banished pile. I never got to play with this card. This card was banned, but when I got back to the game, you know, last year. This card, this is a COVID era card. I missed this one, and I'm kind of sad because I when I read this card when I pulled it in a pack, just from a tin randomly, that it was opened up on a stream. I was like, this card slaps. I like this card a lot. This card's cool, man. But you know, it was banned. Oh, okay. But this is cool. This would be this is a nasty card, dude. That's a cool card. Yeah, join our Discord for sure. I plan to do tournaments for Genesys. I'll drop an invite for the people in the chat. If you guys want, yeah, hop into my Discord, guys. Hop into the Discord server to just continue the discussion and share your ideas and information and stuff about your decks and your builds, and also get advice and like critiques and feedback from everybody. And you know, we're trying to just like really I'm really interested in making a good footprint in the format here for this, and really helping people kind of get off the ground and get a lot of information, and also just get a chance to play as well in some events. Tournaments and things like that. So I'm really excited for Genesys. I think I've said it 1,000 times already, but this format has so much potential, dude. This is so fun. It's so fun. The punks. Yeah, Chaos Ruler and Lightsworn. Yeah, you mill some Felluses and Wolves. Dragonlings. That's pretty good. It's pretty good. It's really good, actually. But this card's pretty high up on there on the point value, if I'm not mistaken. Chaos Ruler. Yeah, he's a 50. Chaos Ruler's a 50. That's crazy high. It's gonna be rough to play that. This was another one of the first cards I looked for on the list. Was Cold Wave. I was really hoping this card would have been lower, but there's no way. This is gonna be a like max card. Like when I was going on here, I was like, okay, Dweller's 100, and like Chrysia's 100. Yeah, I bet you Cold Wave is probably up there too. And I was like, hopefully not, because I want to play it. But now it's 100. I love Cold Wave. I'm a huge Edison guy, and I love this card so much. I love this card. I know some people just think this card is the worst thing ever. I like it. I like good old Cold Wave. Your favorite deck is Madolche. That's a great deck. I love that deck a lot. But you just hate the Pet and Sour limiting you to Madolche only. So I'm always looking for a way to cheat into not needing that card. Fair enough. Now, there was a couple other people in here earlier that were talking about Madolche. I think Madolche would be cracked in this format. They have no limitations on any of their main deck. Like in terms of like Madolche specific, they have literally no like nothing is on the points list. Everything is free reign. Everything is free reign. None of the Melfies are on there either, from what I remember, right? None of the Melfies are on here. And those Melfies are also like part of the Madolche package. That should just like give you so many free beast monsters. Or Earths, rather, is more important. It's the Earths specifically, right? But Obedient Schooled? You don't play Obedient. You don't need Obedient School in Madolche. You don't need this card in Madolche. Not at all. All you need to do is just normal summon Angeli. You're in. That's it. That's all you need. You just summon Angeli and you're cooking. Oh, for Melfi's. Yeah, not for specifically, like just the Madolche deck plays some of the Melfi cards because they allow you to just like recycle some of the Madolche cards that are, because a lot of the Madolche stuff is old, so they're not once per turns. You can abuse a lot of the Madolche engine because of the Melfi monsters. You don't use the Melfis for anything other than just like it just like gives you additional like earth summons and like recycles other some of the Madolche cards because they're all earth. That's really all they're there for. But Madolche does lose their Link monster, the Meowscarone, the Macaron, Meowscarone. That card's pretty good. That card's pretty relevant. I know they also have the girl too. They also have another Link mon. They have 2 Link monsters, and they're both really, really strong. But they're not necessary to play with. They're not necessary to play with. Ooh, Rafflesia. To be able to send like Gravedigg Trap Hole. That's it. Vernus Flips. The little deers. They're like little deers and stuff. Not the Melfis. Sorry. Yeah, these. Yeah, that's right. These things. These little like deers and rabbits. And yeah, these. These are the cards. Yeah, these are the ones you use in there. These are the ones you use in the Madolche. Yep. So it's like you just like use these to just replace themselves, but you get to special summon back like Hoot Cakes and Angelis and crap like that. You just or Messengelados to get tickets and chateaus and Paloozas and everything in rotation. That's it. So I was thinking of the wrong thing. I just cute animal cards. I think of Melfi's first, but yeah, it's these. Yep, the Vernus Liff. Oh, for sure. For sure, because, you know, with Mudora and Keldo, they're Earths, but then also Orange Light, these are all fairies. So you get the negates. Like Herald is another card that's like really scary in this format because it's not on this list from what I remember. So like a deck that can utilize a lot of fairy cards would be really, really like in a great place. Because you can just play Herald of the Orange Light. Because only Herald with the Arc Light's on here. The Floodgate. The Floodgate Omni. So like, yeah, these all being fairies allows, yeah, you just play the Herald of Oranges. So you have more negates. And Herald is not once per turn either. It's old Yu-Gi-Oh card, right? So if you have multiples, you can resolve them. It's kind of neat. Yeah. But yeah, guys, I've been really been enjoying these streams these last couple nights, and I really appreciate everyone that's been coming out, especially all the new people we've been meeting for this format. It's been really cool to just meet so many new players and stuff last couple nights that just want to just really have some fun playing some just good old fashioned, you know, just fun, simple Yu-Gi-Oh, you know, and just start really just brain powering through and think tanking. Like I enjoy doing this type of stuff, like these theory crafting, these discussion streams a lot, as opposed to just me sitting here and just like playing. As much as it's fun that is for me to do, to play and commentate my games with like Master Duel and stuff, like there's also a lot of benefit and value in having these think tank streams where we can talk about cards and like talk about theory, talk about deck building, talk about engines, but also just talk about like the general discussion about like the format or about cards in general. I love it a lot. You guys have had a lot of really great conversation, a lot of great points you brought up tonight, and it means a lot to me that you guys, you know, have the, you know, that you just share that stuff. It's really good. It's really cool. Thank you so much. Oh, sweet. Welcome to the Discord. Thank you so much for joining, Pamela. I appreciate that. Thank you. But, what time is it? It's 10:49. I think this is a great place for me to stop for tonight. I'm losing my voice a little bit, so I can feel myself losing my voice. So much talking today. So I definitely want to go rest my voice because, you know, we'll be back again tomorrow and Thursday and Friday with some streams and stuff for Yu-Gi-Oh! So appreciate you guys so much. Once again, thank you so much for hanging out and just all the new people that have come in today and become subscribers. Really appreciate it. Thanks for everyone that has hit that like button. If you haven't smashed the like button yet, please do so. It really means a lot to me when you guys hit that like button. It's a huge help. Big shout out, of course, to all of our Patreon subscribers. You guys truly are a huge support. Can't do a lot of the stuff I do without your guys' support on the Patreon side. So big love to you guys, especially our Dictators of Devastation, Wyman Guy, Larry Quinn, Savvy, Trips, Puppy Pat, good old Jazz, and Cove Darn. Thank you so much to our Moon Tier Zephyros, our Monkeys of D, Pepsi, and Galactic, and of Kings of Devastation, Cerberus, Connor Miguel, and of course, my #1 fan, my mother. And big shout out to all of our channel members, the Kaiba Mans. Really appreciate all of you guys that take that extra step and click that join button to you know, further support the channel and the work, and my dream to become, you know, a big, you know, Yu-Gi-Oh content creator and one day a store owner as well. So big thank you for investing in the dream, and big shout out to our ultra rares, Larry, Puppy, and Main Phase Juan. And of course, another big shout out to Trevor for becoming our newest Kaiba Man last night. Big shout out to you once again, dude. Thank you so much for becoming a channel member, dude. Means a lot to me. But guys, enjoy the rest of your night. Continue the you know, the think tanking on your own side, and definitely if you have some cool decks you're you know, if you're cooking up for this, drop them in our Discord in the deck discussion section, and I'll be happy to take a look. And you know, decks that catch my eye, I actually would love to, if you're fine with it, show them on the stream. We showed a couple of people's decks tonight on the stream that people have been just kind of like playing around with for the last couple days, so really fun to be able to do that. But guys, really appreciate y'all. Devastator Squad, you're amazing. Love y'all so much. Till the next video and live stream to come, have a good night, and you guys stay awesome. Peace out. Thank you guys, you're awesome. Good night. Marlon says good night to my dog. Here, turn my camera back on real fast. Marlon says good night. Good night, Marlon. Good night, guys.